To the second World Cup quarter-final live on the JB Claret YouTube channel, and earlier today a massive 4.7 thousand of you tuned in to listen to our first live commentary of the quarter-finals. A resounding 2-0 win for France against Uruguay earlier on today. But in Kazan tonight, it's France's quarter-final opponents will be revealed. Will it be the brilliant Belgians who had to fight from being 2-0 down the other day, or will it be the Brazilians who have yet to really catch fire properly in this World Cup and play the sort of football we would associate them with? You're going to hear the whole game live. Chris Whiteman is going to be your commentator in just a second or two. The teams are just out in the tunnel now. We'll bring you the anthems and throw to Chris Whiteman. Don't forget, England are on tomorrow. You join me in the commentary box for that, and then Chris commentates on the final quarter-final. Well, we're just having a look at so the players are just in the tunnel. I'm just waiting for them to come out. Kick-off is due at 7 o'clock. All the mascots are there and everything else, but it's a great sight. Brazil, the biggest nation arguably left in it, 5 times world champions. The last time back in 2002 when Ronaldo hit a double against the Germans to win the World Cup for the 5th time. The teams are still waiting to come out here in Kazan, or over in Kazan, and well, we had a game over here in Volgograd this afternoon. Now the teams are ready. The teams will come out onto the pitch. There's the Telstra ball they're going to be using. It's a different colour now from the knockout phases, by the way, as the mascot takes the ball away from the referee, and the teams come out to a reckless support here in Kazan. I do apologise for the actual commentary there going over, but the teams are out. The atmosphere is building up here over in Kazan, and what an amazing scene there. Lots of Belgians in the crowd, lots of Brazilians there, lots of face painting going on, lots of dodgy haircuts about as well for this second quarter final. So in just a second or two, we're going to get the national anthems and then full match commentary of Brazil against Belgium for a place in the World Cup semi-finals. Well, there is the Brazilian national anthem now. Time for the Belgian national anthem now. As we just wait. So we now wait for the Belgian national anthem now here in Kazan. And here comes the Belgian national anthem now. Yes, well done, sung with Greg Costello. So there we are, there, the two anthems. Roberto Martinez's side. Can they overcome the odds and beat Brazil in Kazan tonight? Some interesting team news. Remember, the winners play France. It will be decided either by 90 minutes extra time or possibly penalties. So with that in mind, let's go over and join your big match commentator for tonight and say a very good evening to Chris Whiteman.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, one and all, to probably, well, they're all the biggest game of the tournament at this point. Brazil against Belgium, the last representative of South America left in the tournament, as all the others have gone. Colombia fell by the wayside thanks to penalties. Argentina are out. Uruguay went out earlier today, as we saw, with John commentating earlier. So now it's down to Brazil to be the sole representative for them. So their team is as follows. It's listed as a 4-3-3. Alisson's in goal. You've got a four-man defence of Fagner, Thiago Silva, Miranda and Marcelo. You've then got Paulinho, Fernandinho and Coutinho as a three-man midfield. You've then got Willian, Gabriel Jesus and Neymar as the front three. As for Belgium, a few big changes for them. Courtois starts in goal. You've got a three-man defence in a 3-4-3 formation of Oldeveld, Company and Vertonghen. Obviously Company back fit. As we're just seeing here, both teams are taking a joint team photo. As this is it's a thing that FIFA are doing about togetherness and against racism, as obviously we saw earlier in the group stages, Sweden standing together about that. Anyway, going back to the Belgian team, so a 3-4-3 formation. We've got Courtois in goal, Oldeveld, Company and Vertonghen in defence. You've then got the four-man midfield of Meunier, Witzel, Fellaini and Chadli both start together. So Fellaini obviously with the goal, as well as Chadli, they both scored in that comeback against Japan. And then you've got De Bruyne, and then as Lukaku is supported up front with De Bruyne and Eden Hazard either side of him. So that is the team there. Obviously there are a few substitutes available. Manchester United's new signing Fred is on the bench for Brazil. A few other names there as well in terms of obviously Roberto Firmino. Former Chelsea man Felipe Luis is also amongst the substitutes for Brazil. As for Belgium, a few big names as well. You've got Carrasco, you've got Eden Hazard's younger brother Thorgan Hazard, Adnan Januzaj, who scored on the group stage. You've got Michy Batshuayi, Moussa Dembele. There's quite a few big names, quite a lot of big names. But ultimately, as I've just seen on the lineups here, Marouane Fellaini and Witzel are playing together in midfield. Now, as a commentator, that is a nightmare because they both have the same hairstyle. And they both, well, they're wearing number 6 and number 8, which from a distance are two numbers difficult to distinguish. So my commentary has just been made that little bit more difficult. But there we go. Belgium, who this essentially is being circled as their, if we're going to win a World Cup, this is the World Cup to do it in. A lot of teams seem to be doing that, the way that all the big teams have fallen by the wayside. But Belgium's golden generation as such, this is their moment, supposedly. As an Englishman, tarnishing people with the golden generation tag is a dangerous tactic, but you never know, it might work for the Belgians. So, here we go then. Brazil, in their traditional yellow with blue shorts, are attacking the goal to our right. Belgium in red, attacking the goal to our left. Brazil get us underway, and the second quarter-final of this FIFA World Cup is underway. So, Brazil, starting off at the back. Thiago Silva and Miranda just exchanging passes just on the edge of their own box. Thiago Silva switches it out to Fagner on this near side. It's an interesting surname to say the least. Willian tries to get it forward but is immediately closed down by Yang Vertonghen. He's a long way up the field, Vertonghen, already, being the left centre-back, but there you go. Vertonghen. He's actually won the throw on this side, and he throws it all the way back to Vincent Kompany. Oldeveld. A lot of Premier League stars in action here for Belgium. All of two are Premier League players. Apart from maybe I forget where Chadli is nowadays, but there you go. Roberto Martinez, ex-Premier League manager, of course, assisted by ex-Premier League player Thierry Henry. I mean, I'm not doing the Premier League any justice here, am I? Anyway, Brazil have the ball. They've won the ball back in their own half and are now trying to build it from the back on this near side as Paulinho is trying to get the ball forward, but Vertonghen is a long way up again, trying to win the ball back. As Fellaini goes flying in, almost wins the ball, and then De Bruyne wins the ball back on the edge of the Brazil box, has a shot which is not particularly quick, and it just kind of skids across the ground wide of goal, to the left of the Brazil goal. De Bruyne and Fernandinho, the two City teammates, having a physical exchange in the middle of the park there. Anyway, Brazil take the goal kick short. Thiago Silva feeds it out wide to Fagner. Gets it forward to Willian, who runs out of pitch on this near side, just in the technical area. Vertonghen with the throw, just inside the Brazil half. Throws it back to Vincent Kompany. Kompany then switches it across to the opposite side, the far side, and immediately gets it back off Alderweireld. Alderweireld being put under immediate pressure by Brazil and is forced to hoof it long. He's got plenty of target men to aim for. Lukaku manages to head it down, and it's been picked up on the far side by Meunier, who plays it all the way back to Alderweireld, or Alderweireld, however you pronounce it. So we're already 2 minutes in. Belgium just taking a short throw on the far side, although Neymar's won the ball back. They've got to the byline. Gabriel Jesus 1-2s with Neymar, switches it into the box, but it's gone into the 6-yard box, and Courtois plucks it out the air like he was picking fruit from a tree. Just making his mind up as to who he's going to throw it to. Rolls it out to this near side with Jan Vertonghen, who's just sat on the byline but has to play it back as Brazil are pressing quite high up. Courtois is forced to then hoof it long. It's flicked on by Hazard, but it's picked out by Thiago Silva, who pushes it long. And Witsel wins the second ball though, and is then pushed over by Willian. A lot of afros on display tonight, and wins a free kick just on the halfway line on this near side. People, come on, we need different hairstyles going on here. We can't just have everyone having an afro. It makes my job really difficult. Anyway, Belgium take the free kick short. It goes backwards to Kompany, plays it to Fellaini, who plays it back to Vertonghen. Now Kompany, middle of the park, just on the edge of his D. On the edge of his D, goodness. The edge of the Belgium D. That didn't make it any better, did it? Child friendly, come on. 4 minutes gone. Brazil 0, Belgium 0. Marcelo takes the throw on the halfway line, throws it back to Miranda. Now it's Fernandinho, just inside the centre circle. Back to Thiago Silva. Now Fagner on this near side. Back to Thiago Silva. Just slowly advancing the ball up and is going... Well, I thought he was going to go long then. He switched it to the other side, but Marcelo on the far side, just inside the Belgian half. Almost a hospital pass, and he's sold Coutinho short. And Fellaini crashed into him, and giving away a free kick to Belgium. I was going to say it wasn't Neymar because he didn't roll around enough. Anyway, Thiago Silva now has the ball, just on the edge of the centre circle in the Brazil half. Just bringing it up to the halfway line, plays it forward. Now it's Gabriel Jesus. Gets past one Belgian player, but shows too much to Vertonghen, who's won it back and given it to Hazard. Hazard forced to play it backwards, though, to Vincent Kompany in his own half. Now Alderweireld. I'm just going to stick with Alderweireld. It's a lot easier to say for me. Kompany. Witsel. Back to Kompany. Just inside the Belgian half. Hazard turns on the halfway line, gets it to Fellaini. Fellaini switches it out wide now with Kevin De Bruyne on this near side. He's up against Fagner. Cuts inside, trying to chip a ball across. It's found Meunier, but it's headed away by Miranda. It's gone as far as Coutinho on the far side. Now it's Neymar. Neymar, of course, has got rid of his blonde streak, so it doesn't look like he's got spaghetti in his hair anymore. Gives it to Marcelo. I said that with such seriousness, it was unbelievable. Neymar, just bringing it over the halfway line, who is taken down by Fellaini, who, well, he's getting a telling off from the referee, but Neymar, of course, is still on the floor. Just see here, oh, his forearm brushed the back of his head, so Neymar obviously hit the deck like he'd been punched in the back of the face. In the back of the face? Is there such a thing as the back of the face? Questions to be asked. Anyway, it's a free kick to Brazil on the halfway line. Neymar still feeling the after effects of a brush with Fellaini's forearm. And we're back underway as Brazil play it back to their defence. Thiago Silva just on the edge of the centre circle. looking for options, doesn't have any, so gives it to Miranda to see if he can come up with anything. Miranda says, no, you have it back, Thiago Silva, on the edge of the centre circle again. Gets it forward to Fernandinho, drives it forward, gets it out wide to the far side with Coutinho. Coutinho's got Marcelo in front of him if he wants to use him. He's up against Fellaini and Witsel. Good luck trying to get the ball over those heads, but he's found Marcelo. He's got to the byline. Opportunity to cross perhaps, but can't quite get it past Meunier, and Brazil have a corner on the far side. First real opportunity for either side to get a shot away. We did have a shot earlier, but it wasn't really a major threat, as it was moving slower than a grandma on a mobility scooter, which they generally don't go too quick. Plenty of men to aim for. Neymar's going to take the corner on the far side. Thiago Silva is up. Neymar whips it in towards the front post, and Thiago Silva's kneed it onto the post, and Courtois picks up the rebound. Everyone just stood and watched as Thiago Silva had freedom of the borough in the penalty area, and Courtois has launched the ball out with a long throw out to Lukaku, who's up against Fernandinho. Lukaku's got to the byline of the Brazil box, but just gets a foot on it, but it's landed to Hazard, who has a shot, and it's blocked by Miranda. We're just on the edge of the box here, and it's wasted by Chadley. He thought he'd have a shot from 30 yards, and it wasn't great. It's curled quite a long way wide in the end to left the post. But let's just have a look at the replay here. It was Vincent Kompany who lost Thiago Silva, who I don't think quite realised how much space had been given by Kompany. He then proceeded to knee it onto the left post, and Courtois then proceeded to launch all 6'6" of him on top of the ball to make sure nobody picked up the rebound. Anyway, Brazil take the goal kick short, and it's Miranda with the ball, just bringing it out of his own box, bringing it up closer to the far side. Gets it forward to Neymar. Neymar, he's got De Bruyne for company. Still slowly marching towards the halfway line though. But he's forced to go backwards in the end. Now it's Thiago Silva, back to Neymar. Neymar gives it back to Thiago Silva. Now Fagner on this near side. Back to Thiago Silva again. Getting plenty of touches, the centre back. Gives it to Miranda. Can this forward. There we go, Miranda's played it forward. Now it's Neymar on the far side. Up against Fellaini and Witsel. He's found Coutinho on the edge of the box. Similar position to when he scored his long-range shot, but he decides against the shot and finds Marcelo at the byline. Whips it across towards Neymar, but he can't find him. Ball's bouncing around just on the edge of the Belgian box. It's fallen to Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus gets the ball through a defender's legs. It's fallen to Paulinho. Is it? No, it's hacked away eventually by Alderweireld. It just got to the 6-yard box before Alderweireld put his boot through it. But almost an opportunity for Brazil to get a shot off there, but Belgium just about put enough bodies in the way. And Brazil having Belgium on the ropes here. They have a corner though on this near side. Willian's going to take this one. See if Belgium can defend it a bit better. I'm sure Vincent Kompany will be a bit closer to him. Willian's ready, puts his hand in the air. Whips it in. It's a low one towards the front post. It's fallen to Paulinho, who didn't connect at all with it. And goodness me, Belgium have got a bit of a let-off again. As Brazil still looking to attack here. Neymar, he's got to the byline, tries to whip it across, but it's cut out by Eden Hazard of all people. Neymar having a bit of a nibble, but missed. And then Marcelo completely takes out Hazard. Referee plays advantage, but no advantage is available, so the referee's pulled it back. The referee's having a word with both Neymar and Marcelo. Marcelo just left the leg out there, and Hazard went right over it. He's lucky that's not a yellow card, to be honest. And Paulinho, opportunity. Goodness me. Scuffed it worse than a Sunday League player with a hangover. That's how bad it was. Anyway, we're 10 minutes in. Brazil 0, Belgium 0. Brazil have probably had 2 really good chances now. Belgium probably can consider themselves lucky to still be at 0-0. It's Witsel just bringing it up to the halfway line on a low. Gabriel Jesus has won the ball back in the centre circle and driving forward. He's got Neymar to his left, Willian to his right, but he can't find Willian as the Tongans cut it out, read him like a book, and he gets it forward to Eden Hazard on the far side. Hazard's got Coutinho and Fernandinho with him, forced to turn back on himself. Managed to get inside to Meunier though. Meunier now gets it to Witsel. Witsel brings it into the middle of the Belgian half. Switches it to Vertonghen on this near side. Vertonghen Just looking for options. Vincent Kompany takes over possession of the ball. And now it's Oldeveld. Switches it to the opposite side with Vertonghen. Vertonghen gets it to this near side with Chadli. Chadli advancing down this left-hand side. Won himself a throw on this near side. Roberto Martinez probably a little bit disappointed with how this has gone. But his team could build something from here. Here's Vertonghen on this near side. Throw taken short. Here's Oldeveld. Vertonghen on this near side. Flicks it inside to Chadli on the wing. Lukaku jinks past two players. Oh, and De Bruyne has played a lovely ball through to Fellaini, who has a shot. It's blocked and it's just gone wide. It's gone out for a corner though. Belgium on this near side. It's a killer ball through, as always, by De Bruyne. Just a shame we couldn't find anyone with more pace than Fellaini. Goodness me. If it had fallen to anyone else, it probably would have been a definite goal-scoring opportunity, but Miranda just gets a toe in, and it's gone out for a corner on this near side. Opportunity. First corner of the game for Belgium. Chadley's going to take it on this near side. See what kind of damage they can cause from set pieces. Chadley's ready. He's got his arm in the air. Referee is ready as well. He's had a few words with people for shirt pulling and everything. Chadley's ready. Whips it in. Oh, and it's an own goal! It's come off Fernandinho. And Brazil have shot themselves in the foot 12 minutes in. Chadley is going to be congratulated by his teammates. But I'm pretty sure that is going to go down as an own goal for Brazil. Goodness me. Who would have seen that coming? Belgium, who have basically been up against it for the first 13 minutes, have managed to get a goal out of absolutely nothing. Chadley whips it in, front post. Both Fernandinho, and I don't know who that is in front of him, I think it's Gabriel Jesus, jump for it. Let's have a look. They both miss it. Although I think it comes off Fernandinho's arm, and it just flies in at the front post. Goalkeeper can do absolutely nothing about it. And Roberto Martinez punches the air, and Belgium go mad. Their fans go mad. Brazil can't believe it. Belgium have got a goal out of nothing. 13 and a half minutes gone. An own goal from Fernandinho has put Belgium in front against Brazil. Goodness me. The twists and turns of this World Cup, and it's just taken another. Anyway, Brazil get us back underway. As long as they carry on playing as they have done, they would be certainly confident of getting a goal back. Anyway, Neymar has the ball on the far side. Brazil looking to hit back immediately. He's running at Fellaini and Witsel. Gets it to Fernandinho, the unlucky man. Gets it out wide to Willian. Willian up against Oldeveld. Gets it, gets a cross in. Courtois forced into a save. Punches it clear, but it's only gone as far as the byline, and Marcelo's picked it up. Gets it to Coutinho. Coutinho, about 25 yards out from goal. Thinks about a shot, but he's got Fellaini in front of him. Forced to turn back on himself. Gets it to Marcelo. Marcelo gets it to Neymar on the byline. Neymar driving into the box, gets past two people. It falls to Gabriel Jesus. Oh, he doesn't quite get his feet sorted, and it's eventually hacked away by Oldeveld. Goodness me. Brazil, they've had plenty of chances to get goals this first 15 minutes, and they just haven't found it. Marcelo, though, gets the ball forward. Neymar, about 25 yards out from goal, thinks about a shot, runs into Witsel, still got the ball, though, forced to turn back on himself. Marcelo at the byline, tries to whip in the cross, and Fellaini blocks it. It's gone out for a throw on the far side. Goodness me, Brazil. Well, you can't say they haven't had their chances. Marcelo throws it short to Neymar, gets it back off him. Back to Neymar. Now Coutinho. Brazil being forced backwards, although that's a lovely check back on himself by Coutinho. Absolutely sells De Bruyne. Gets it to Fernandinho. Ball's in the middle of the park now. Willian. Still about 25 yards out from goal in the middle of the park. Now Paulinho. Forced to go back to Fernandinho, who goes back to Thiago Silva. Whips it back, straight back to Marcelo on that far side, who whips in a ball, but it's hacked away by Kompany. Lukaku can't win the second ball, though, and Brazil still have the ball. It's with Miranda. Now Thiago Silva plays it forward again to Marcelo on that far side. He's hugging that touchline. Inside to Coutinho, just over the halfway line now. Just in line with the centre circle at the moment, although it's back on the halfway line with Fernandinho. Now Fagner switches it to Willian on this near side, who can't keep the ball in play. It's gone out for a Belgian throw. Vertonghen's going to throw it on this near side, on the halfway line. Brazil's manager just barking some orders. as it's thrown back to Vincent Kompany. It goes back to Courtois, who lets Alderweireld take over in his own box, ships it forward to the touchline with Meunier. Now inside to Fellaini. Fellaini gives it to Witsel. Witsel back to Fellaini. Move forced backwards though, Belgium, as Alderweireld switches the ball, or attempts to switch it to this near side, but it sells the Tongan short, and he goes out for a Brazil throw on this near side, just near the technical area, as Fagner picks up the ball. Although he throws it back to Thiago Silva in the Brazil half. Now Miranda pings the ball to the far side to Marcelo, who's again hugging that touchline. Plays it forward to Neymar. Neymar being tracked by Meunier and Fellaini. Neymar taking Fellaini on, just bringing it inside now. Tries to cut back on himself, but Fellaini gets a toe on it, and now De Bruyne plays the ball forward. Lukaku on the far side. Brings it back inside that, though now. Tries to get it to Fellaini, but it's come all the way through to Chadli, who's going to rescue the play. Shrugs off Marcelo. Whips the ball in towards Lukaku, but it's headed away by Miranda. Marcelo's going to pick it up on the far side, although he's got Kevin De Bruyne hassling him all the way, forcing him backwards towards his own corner flag. Although he's managed to get it to Coutinho, who's now going to bring the ball up. Brings it into the middle of the park, heading towards the centre circle. In the centre circle now. Pink tries to ping it forward to Gabriel Jesus, who's hit the deck, complaining he was fouled by Vincent Kompany. The referee says no. Courtois gets the ball back, gives it to Witsel, who then gives it to Kompany. Now it's Alderweireld, plays it to the far side touchline with Meunier. Just looking at this, there was nothing in that. Gabriel Jesus doesn't really have a case. Just a throw on the halfway line to Belgium. Meunier, the number 15, throws it long towards Fellaini. That's what he's there for. Wins the ball. Although he can't get a pass through to Lukaku, and it's cut out by Fernandinho. Fernandinho looking for options, doesn't have many, so he gives it to Miranda. Finds Marcelo on the touchline, gets it forward to Coutinho. Coutinho driving forward at Fellaini, gets it to Neymar, who's hugging the touchline. He's up against Meunier. He's up against Meunier and Fellaini now, as they're doubling up on him on the byline. Meunier eventually wins the ball back, just near the corner flag. Gets it forward, or tries to get it to Fellaini, but he's given it away to Coutinho. Gets it to Marcelo. Marcelo gets it to Neymar, who's just by the byline. Back to Coutinho, at 35 yards out from goal. Fernandinho thought about a shot, thought better of it, gives it to Coutinho. Coutinho looking for options, driving, thinking of having a shot from range, and it's gone straight down the middle as Thibaut Courtois jumps on it without any problems. Well, that'll be a sighter for him, and that'll just warm the gloves of Philippe Coutinho. Warm the gloves of Courtois, should I say? Warm the boots of Philippe Coutinho, should I say? As the Tongan plays it back to Courtois, as Brazil are pressing up high again, as it's lumped long. It's come to Hazard. Now it's Wagner, who plays it back to Vertonghen, who's got it to Witsel, who's driving forward and is fouled by Gabriel Jesus just inside the Brazil half on this near side. Quite a clear foul, that. Closer to a rugby tackle than anything. Free kick's taken short by Witsel, plays it to Hazard. Hazard, who tries to play in Lukaku, but his first touch is heavy, and Coutinho wins the ball back. Ball's ended up at the feet of Marcelo inside the Brazil half. Just bringing it up to the centre circle now as we hit 20 minutes. Belgium 1, Brazil 0. An own goal from Fernandinho about 3 or 4 minutes ago is what separates the two sides. As Vertonghen running into trouble on this near side, but wins his team a throw. Chadley's going to take the throw though. It's just on the halfway line, and it's thrown forward. Hazard. Quick 1-2 with Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, he's done brilliantly to get past Fernandinho. Hazard driving into the middle of the pitch. He's got Meunier to his right. Meunier tries to get it in the 6-yard box, but it's cut out by Marcelo. Danger's not over yet, though, as Meunier's going to retrieve it on the far side by the byline. Has a second crack at crossing it towards Lukaku, but it's again headed away, this time by Miranda. Marcelo's going to pick it up by the Brazil corner flag, but it's only gone as far as Kevin De Bruyne. We're about 35 yards out from goal. Witsel, his first touch is heavy, almost loses out to Fernandinho. And Fernandinho has actually been fouled, and it's a free kick to Brazil. Not sure who fouled. Let's have a look here. Ooh, Eden Hazard just brushing his studs down Fernandinho's Achilles. Just brushing. There was no. He certainly didn't push on it, so it wouldn't have caused any damage, but certainly would have stung. It's the opportunity here for Mounier. Just couldn't quite get it past Marcelo, who read him like a book. It's great defending from Marcelo. As Brazil just building from the back again. Miranda, Marcelo on the far side. Just looking for options. Brazil just playing slow build-up play. They really need to step up the tempo a bit. As I can see a Japan flag in the crowd. Here to see Belgium, I'm sure. I want to see how far their conquerors get in the tournament. They probably hope that Belgium win it to say that they got knocked out. Anyway, Willian's bringing it up this near side. He's got Wagner for company. He's got to the byline. Hits it straight at Vincent company. And now the ball has landed kindly, and Kevin De Bruyne is bringing it over the halfway line now on this near side. He's got Hazard to his left, Lukaku to his right. He's played Lukaku in at his right-hand side. He's got to the byline. He's now inside the box. Tries to do a few step-overs past Miranda. The touch is too heavy, and Thiago Silva does the good old-fashioned rosette, and it's gone out for a corner to Belgium. I mean, he nutmegged Miranda, but a nutmeg's only good if it gets you somewhere. It's a lovely skill by Lukaku, but Miranda knew that Thiago Silva was behind covering. So he will take the honourable nutmeg. Well, he might take it if Belgium score from this corner. He may not be too happy with himself. So we're about to hit the 23rd minute. Kevin De Bruyne is going to take it on the far side. Plenty to aim for in the box. Looks like it's a floated one, but it's a terrible corner. It's gone all the way out of the box. The Tongans having to retrieve it on this near side touchline. He's forced to play it all the way back to Thibaut Courtois. And Belgium, well, they've kept possession, but they're essentially going to have to rebuild that attack as Courtois lumps it long to the far side. And De Bruyne, well, he wins the header and keeps it in play, but it's only gone straight to Miranda. And Belgium essentially have completely wasted that opportunity to get a second. But there you go. That's how set pieces go sometimes. Paulinho has the ball in his own half. Now Wagner on this near side. Thiago Silva back in the middle. Coutinho. Now Marcelo on that far side touchline, just inside the Belgium half. Neymar. Plays it back to Coutinho, who's sat on the halfway line. Fernandinho in the centre circle. Paulinho. Thiago Silva just on the edge of the centre circle. We're slowly moving backwards here. Although Miranda's slowly bringing it forward again as he brings it into the Belgium half. Plays the ball to the far side towards Marcelo, but it's too heavy and it's gone out for a throw to Belgium. As Brazil fans watching, the two that are on our screen are the son of that famous Brazil fan who always had that World Cup replica with him. Tragically died recently, so he's no longer watching the World Cup in person, although I'm sure he is with us in spirit. And his two sons are there, obviously, with the cup itself. Anyway, Marcelo, who's got the ball, tries to ping it forward, but it only goes as far as Witzel, who wins the header. Coutinho's picked it up on the far side touchline, however, and now it's Neymar, just in line with the byline. We're about 25 yards out from goal. Although again, Brazil forced backwards as Belgium are defending well as a unit. Paulinho now on this near side. You can use Wagner, who's got to the byline. Eventually passes it to him, but doesn't really have an opportunity to cross here. Gets it just inside to Willian. Willian back to Paulinho. Back to Willian. Brazil again being forced backwards. They're defending incredibly well. And they forced Brazil back just onto the edge of the final third. As they have a throw just in line with the technical area. And Willian gets it again. Plays it back to Miranda. Miranda pings it forward to Marcelo, who's on that far side touchline. Bringing it forward. He's up against Fellaini. And Witzel gets past Fellaini, has a shot. Courtois is forced to parry, but fortunately it lands straight at the feet of Oldveld, who turns with plenty of time. Picks Lukaku out on the halfway line, who's battling to keep possession. He's done really well there. Cheeky backheel to get it to Witzel. And Belgium are going to keep possession here. Company pings the ball forward to Eden Hazard on this near side touchline. Up against Wagner. Hasn't got much support. Being forced inside. Manages to find Kevin De Bruyne, though, who's found some space by the byline. Whips across in towards Fellaini, but it's headed away by Thiago Silva. Only as far as Marcelo on the edge of the penalty area, though. Lukaku's won the ball. Oh, no, he hasn't, because he's shoulder barged so hard it sent Marcelo flying. Well, not being funny. If you get shoulder barged by Lukaku, it's going to be like trying to, shoulder barge a brick wall. It's just, you're going to come off second best. Brazil take the free kick quickly. Managed to get it to Neymar, but he immediately gets descended upon by both Fellaini and Witsel, and they've won the ball back. They get the ball forward to Lukaku inside the Brazil half, but he sells a hospital pass to De Bruyne, which is easily picked off by Paulinho inside the centre circle. Now Miranda. Bernardinho. Now Paulinho, sorry. Just passing it between themselves in the centre circle. Still, they're essentially doing a keep ball session in the centre circle here. It's like a training ground exercise, this. Eventually they advance into the Belgium half. Now it's Willian. That's Paulinho again, just on the halfway line. Gives it to Miranda. Again inside the centre circle. Come on, lads. Stop. This isn't training. Oh, we seem to have Brazil have a player off the pitch at the moment. I think it's Neymar. He's talking to the physios, which explains why Brazil are just playing a bit of keep ball at the moment. Having a problem with his left leg here, it seems. I don't know whether it's cramp or he's taken a big hit as Thiago Silva tries to drive the ball forward, but immediately gives it to Fellaini. So Brazil are temporarily down to 10 men here. Lukaku picks up the ball just inside his own half, pings it across to Vertonghen. Vertonghen, who wins the header, tries to get it to Eden Hazard, but loses out to Paulinho. He's actually fouled Paulinho. There's Neymar still off the pitch, receiving magic spray treatment, as Willian is now on the floor. Let's have a look here. Well, he took a four-on from Jan Vertonghen as they both jumped for that header. And we're just having a look at what could have possibly caused the problem with Neymar. Can't really see any collision that may have caused any damage, so he might have just had a problem with his calf or something, I don't know. But, so he's back on his feet and back on the pitch, whilst Willian's receiving treatment. And we're back underway. So Coutinho advances the ball into the Belgium half, plays it to Paulinho on this near side. Willian now advancing even further forward. We're just trying to get to the byline here. He tried to play the ball forward to Paulinho. Paulinho loses the ball just on the goal line. But he was fouled in the process. Not a goal line isn't in between the posts, but, you know, as if it would go out of play for a goal kick or a corner kick. Looked like a fair challenge from Vertonghen, but the linesman has put his flag up for a free kick. So Brazil are basically going to have a corner here. We're literally talking like, you know, a metre from this near side corner flag. So it's basically a corner. As we get the stats on our screen, 6 shots. Well, this is like a FIFA stat. Belgium have 0 shots on target, yet are 1-0 up. That is one of those lovely stats that you don't see very often. You know something has to have gone wrong if you've got that stat going against you. So, Brazil with a free kick. It's a free kick, but basically a corner. Willian's going to whip it in towards the 6-yard box. Looks for Miranda. Can't quite win it. It's Fernandinho on the edge of the box. Blocked by Witsel. The ball's gone up in the air. Headed away by Vertonghen. It's come out as far as Neymar. Neymar 25 yards out from goal. Thinks of a shot. It's blocked by Fellaini. And it's going to be a corner on that far side. 29 minutes. Well, we're about to hit the half an hour mark. And Witsel was the man who blocked it. And it's a corner on the far side. Both centre-back. Oh, the referee's just going over and having a word. He's calling 2 players over. He's getting a bit frustrated, the referee. Says, come here. The pair of you, over here, stop touching each other. This is a non-contact sport. They then proceed to continue touching each other in a sporting manner. Anyway, let's move away from those innuendo bingo as Neymar whips the ball in towards the 6-yard box, but it's headed away. Now Belgium with the opportunity to counter. Lukaku in the middle of his own half, driving forward here. Brazil haven't quite got their numbers back yet. Lukaku still driving forward. He's found Kevin De Bruyne about 25 yards out from goal. Edge of the box. Kevin De Bruyne has a shot bomb left-hand corner. Belgium are 2-0 up. And goodness me, it's quick as a flash. Brazil have been sucker punched from their own corner, and Belgium are 2-0 up now. Incredible. They just gave Lukaku the space to advance. Then as they advanced to him, Lukaku smartly picked out Kevin De Bruyne, who had so much space to run into, drove from the edge of the box, bottom left-hand corner. And Belgium, well, they're starting to run away with it now. It's their first shot on target, and they're 2-0 up. I know it's a funny thing to say that, but there you go. So Lukaku, very smart play, wins the ball in his own half, drives forward over the halfway line, blasts past Fernandinho, then just as Brazil's defence closes down on him, he plays it to the right-hand side where De Bruyne was waiting, takes a touch, puts it literally the ball on the line of the edge of the box, and then smashes it right-footed into the bottom left-hand corner of the Brazil goal. And there's absolutely nothing the goalkeeper can do about that. That is arrowed into the side netting. And Brazil, well, they've got themselves a big hole that they need to start digging themselves out of. They've still got time, still got an hour left to play, but it's going to be very difficult from this point. Belgium have defended extremely well and got a little bit lucky so far in this match. As we said, Brazil have had plenty of chances to score a couple of goals, but they haven't taken them. And they find themselves 2-0 down now. Anyway, Brazil get us back underway. 31 minutes gone is the goal time anyway. They've got 31 minutes is the goal timer as Brazil looking for an instant response. But it's rolled all the way through to Courtois. So we're 32.5 minutes in. Belgium 2, Brazil 0. Are South America going to have any participants in the semi-finals of a World Cup? Or are they all going to crash out in the quarter-final stage? Brazil have got just over an hour to try and change that. Here's Willian on this near side. Heading towards the byline. Gets to the byline. Gets across in towards the 6-yard box towards Gabriel Jesus. Company gets a toe on it. It rebounds off Witzel and then Company heads it away, diving from a grounded position. And the ball's landed all at Hazard's feet on this near side. He's played it forward to Meunier. Hazard. Now Chadley. But the ball is poked out by Fernandinho on this near side. It's been a cracking game so far. Belgian fans making a lot of noise right now. Their golden generation are really starting to perform now on the big stage. Clary on this near side as Chadley throws it to Hazard. Hazard, he's got Wagner for company. He's got past him though, not once but twice. Although he's shown too much of it to him and he's forced to play it back to Chadley now. Now Vertonghen comes back to Company on the halfway line. Witzel plays it forward to De Bruyne. Well in the Brazil half now. Vertonghen, although he's just made me eat my words and played it all the way back to the Belgium half with Company in the centre circle. Alderweireld switches it to the far side. That's Fellaini. Fellaini's playing as a winger right now. That's not something I would normally associate him with. Fellaini with wing play, but there you go. As he gets bundled over on that far side by... Well, he got bundled over and the free kick's gone Brazil's way. Sorry, ref, how does that work? Coutinho has literally pushed Fellaini over and the referee has given the free kick to Brazil. Sorry, could somebody explain to me how that's... Is Fellaini not allowed to push small people over or fall over near small people? I don't understand. Anyway, Brazil somehow have a free kick and they've played it back to the defence anyway, so it's not like it would have mattered. Thiago Silva has the ball on the halfway line in the centre circle. Pings it out wide towards Philippe Coutinho. Marcelo's running down the touchline as well. Eventually, I imagine Coutinho's going to use him. No, he's going to cut inside, but runs into the Afro duo of Fellaini and Witzel. Although Marcelo now has the ball on the byline, whips it across towards the back stick. It's Gabriel Jesus with a free header on the penalty spot, and he's headed it a long way wide. Well, I wouldn't call him a target man, so I can't really blame him for missing the header, but it's a free header. You're completely unmarked. You should be minimum hitting the target. And, well, Gabriel Jesus probably would want that chance again if given the opportunity. But there you go. As Courtois lumps the goal kick forward. 35.5 minutes in. Towards Lukaku. Header's won by Fernandinho. The second header's won by Fellaini, of course. Fernandinho wins the third bounce though. Gets it to Marcelo on that far side. Now Coutinho. Plays it inside the centre circle to Fernandinho. Now it's Paulinho. Saying, we need to get forward, guys, come on. But is immediately forced to go backwards as Chadley is rapidly closing him down. Tries to find Wagner. Doesn't, but he wins a throw as Vertonghen got a toe on it. Takes the throw quickly and gets it to Willian. Willian turns inside and then with an outside of his boots flicks it to Coutinho on the far side. Now Neymar on the byline inside the box gets it to Marcelo. Marcelo whips the ball in. It's come off a Belgian player, and Courtois is forced to punch the ball away at his near post. There was a great chance there, but Brazil have taken the free kick short. It's come to Coutinho on the edge of the box. Oh, big save by Courtois from Coutinho. To this, so many similar names. I'm butchering the commentary. That was incredibly similar to the goal he scored in the group stages, but unfortunately, Courtois is 6'7" and has a wingspan of about 7 foot, so it didn't work this time. It's gone out for a corner though for Brazil on this near side. Willian's going to take it. Puts his arm in the air, whips the ball in towards the 6-yard box. He's gone front post. It's headed away though by Fellaini. Now can Hazard come away with it? He can't. Fernandinho's mopped up. Got it to Neymar on this far side. He's up against Witzel. Witzel forces him to cut inside. Chadley gets a toe on it, but it's gone as far as Fernandinho. Thought about a shot, but decided to play it out wide to Willian on this near side, who's at the byline. Gets it to Fernandinho, who's even further forward. Whips it towards the 6-yard box. Vincent Kompany gets a foot on it. And now he's got it away. Kevin De Bruyne, can he launch a counter-attack? Hazard on this near-side touchline. Up against Wagner. Gets past Wagner. He's got Willian chasing him down all the way, but he's got past him. He's cut it inside to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne's got it to Lukaku on the edge of the box. Lukaku backheels it to Meunier, but he's forced backwards. Now Fellaini. Meunier plays it back to Fellaini. Now it's Witzel. Brazil have the numbers back now, so the tempo has slowed a little bit. Taking this, I can keep up a little bit. Witzel, Hazard. Belgium just keeping a possession inside the Brazil half as Brazil slowly march up the pitch towards them, forcing them backwards. And Vincent Kompany now has the ball in his own half. Alderweireld. Back to Kompany, even further still. Goes all the way back to Courtois in the penalty box. Courtois then proceeds to lump it long towards Lukaku. It's not gone as far as him though, as Marcelo's won the header. Second header is won by Witzel though. And Lukaku's managed to keep possession really well, and he's got it to De Bruyne in the centre circle. Plays it out wide left to this near side with Eden Hazard. He's got Chadley on the overlap, decides not to use him, thinks about having the shot on the edge of the area. Centre of the field now with De Bruyne. De Bruyne can't quite get it to Witzel, but Vertonghen's mopped up. We're about 35 yards out from goal. Vertonghen again forced backwards. Now it's Alderweireld who's being forced to play it backwards to Courtois, as both Gabriel Jesus and Philippe Coutinho are closing him down. Alderweireld again. 1-2ing it with Courtois. Courtois then lumping it out wide on the far side to Meunier. Meunier bringing it forward. Gets it to Fellaini. Still in the Belgium half though. Witzel. Kompany. Witzel. Kompany again. Vertonghen on this near side. Gets it to Chadley. Chadley just inside. 1-2s it with De Bruyne. Now Eden Hazard on the halfway line. Got Gabriel Jesus keeping him company. Now it's Chadley on this near side touchline. Brings it inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne driving forward. Looks for Eden Hazard. Heading to the byline. Ooh, was he pushed over there by Wagner? Hazard looks at the ref but doesn't wave his arms around. Let's have a look here. It's definitely a push in the back. I've seen those given as free kicks. And there was also a push in the back for Kevin De Bruyne there as well, which was right in front of the referee. The referee's actually pulled it back for that push for the free kick. So Belgium have a free kick. In it's quite the angle. It's in line with this near side byline. Probably a good 25 yards out. It'll be a good strike for a right footer if you can bend it to the far post. As Kevin De Bruyne is going to step up to take this. Brazil have only got 2 men in the wall. Brazil are holding a defensive line in line with the penalty area. De Bruyne steps up, has a shot, forced to tip it over. Alisson. It wasn't right in the corner, but it was just dipping under the bar. It was probably a last-second decision to palm it over by the goalkeeper, but wow, he should really be catching that, to be honest. But again, as I said, it looked like a last-second decision to put your hands on that. It probably was going to go over the bar in the end, but goalkeeper couldn't make his mind up, so he just flapped at it. It's gone out for a corner to Belgium. Chadley's going to take it on this near side. Puts his arms up, whips it in. It's a low one towards the front stick, and Company gets something on it, but Allison picks it up quite easily. Company just makes a run. Oh, goodness me, Company. Sorry, you can't be doing that as a centre-back. Trying a cheeky back heel at the corner of the 6-yard box. Goodness me. That is unsportsmanlike behaviour from the centre-back. It's not. It was a good effort from Company, I've got to say. You back-heeled it, corner of the 6-yard box, on the volley essentially as well. But it went straight down Allison's throats, and he rolled it out. Now Neymar's got the ball inside the Belgian half, gets to Marcelo on the far side touchline, heading towards the byline, but he's being held up by Fellaini. Now Neymar's going to have a go. Fellaini holding him up well, forcing him back inside. Neymar trying to get it to Coutinho, but De Bruyne has got a toe on it, but it's come to the feet of Neymar. Switches the play to this near side with Willian, who's got to the byline. Thinks about a cross, doesn't quite do it though. Now Neymar on the edge of the D. Fellaini again rushes out, gets a toe on it, wins the ball back. Now Chadley. Can Belgium fast break again? Chadley runs into trouble as Willian gets a toe on it, and Fernandinho's mopped up the pieces, and now Fernandinho's advancing into the Belgian half on this near side. But his ball through has gone straight through to Courtois, who's going to milk the clock for every second. Excuse me, my words have been not helping me tonight, as we're 42.5 minutes in. He's going to milk every second of the clock, is what I was trying to say. Goodness me. Innuendo bingo, people. Your cards will be filled by this point. As we're about to hit the 43rd minute. Ball's lumped forward by Vertonghen, but Hazard can't win the header. And Thiago Silva's got it out to Marcelo. Lukaku is shouting at De Bruyne for whatever reason. As Thiago Silva brings the ball into the centre circle in the Brazil half. Plays it out wide to Willian on this near side touchline. He's up against Vertonghen. But cuts inside. He's heading into the middle of the field now as Witsel comes across. Marcelo now has the ball on the far side. Got Neymar with him if he wants to use him. Instead uses Coutinho. Coutinho flicks it on to Fernandinho in the middle of the park. Back to Coutinho. Now to Marcelo at the byline. He's got Meunier for Company. And Fellaini's also got stuck in with a foot, and he's poked it out for a throw on the far side. Now Coutinho. Throw taken quickly. Marcelo on the far side touchline. Coutinho just bringing it inside now. Up against Witsel. Switches the play though to this near side, with Willian. He's got both Chadley and Vertonghen. You shall not pass. He eventually passes it to Fernandinho. Now Coutinho. Ball switched to the other flank again. Coutinho, about 25 yards out from goal. He's got Marcelo to the left of him. Elects not to use him and plays it inside to Neymar, who was in the box, but he had both Witsel and Fellaini all over him, and eventually the ball is hacked away. 44 minutes gone. We're entering the last minutes of this first half. Can't imagine there will be too much added time. We haven't really stopped for anything. As Paulinho in the centre circle plays it to Coutinho. Coutinho switches it out to the far side. Now Neymar has got to the byline. He's been found by Marcelo. Tries to cross it, but Alderweireld gets a foot on it again. Neymar again goes down in the box, looking for a penalty perhaps. He's not really shouting at the referee. Referee's not really looking at it either, as De Bruyne has picked up the ball in the centre circle. Pokes it out to Eden Hazard on this near side. Hazard doesn't have many options. Forced to play it backwards to Vertonghen. Now Company. Plays it out wide to Fellaini. Something I'm not used to saying. Fellaini playing out wide. What is this? Martinez, what are you doing? Fellaini eventually placed it back. Now Company. We've got 1 minute of added time, so I didn't think there'd be much. And we're 10 seconds into that minute. Ball's come all the way back to Courtois. Belgium just probably looking to see out this last 40 seconds or so. I'll be happy with this 2-0 lead, considering they've only really had one real shot on target. They've got 2 goals to the name, so definitely a bonus here. Paulinho playing the ball forward from the centre circle. Oh, he's found Neymar in the box, but his shot is deflected and it's gone out for a corner. No, it's not going out for a corner because the linesman has his flag in the air. Let's have a look here. That flag should not be up, as Neymar was being played onside by Vincent Kompany, but the shot was deflected over anyway. And, well, it's basically going to be just having a look at a replay for a possible penalty shout, but for Neymar. Maybe not a penalty. He might have had an argument that he should have had a free kick just on the edge of the area, but Meunier had let go at that point, and then Neymar hit the deck after the contact had finished. So that's probably why he didn't win anything there. That's the half-time whistle goes. There we go. So Belgium 2, Brazil 0. Belgium being the opportunist here. An own goal from Fernandinho in the 13th minute, and a goal smashed in from the edge of the box by Kevin De Bruyne. Let's separate these two sides in a game which has been fairly open. Brazil will feel a little bit aggrieved with themselves for not taking the opportunities that they've had, but no real arguments here. Belgium deservedly in front, and well, they've been good value for that lead, I've got to say. Anyway, I'm going to pop off for half-time. I'm going to hand you back over to John Stoddard, who's going to have the half-time stats and statistics and talk about stuff that's going on in the sporting world. And I'll be back for the second half, where hopefully this encounter is going to be just as good, if not better, as Brazil will be looking for 2 goals to get themselves back in this contest. Over to you, John.
Thank you, Chris. Well, how many hands up, everybody? How many people how many people can honestly say that they backed Belgium at this point to be leading 2-0? I don't think anybody, but be honest. Do you honestly
Me.
Oh dear, Chris Whiteman, never the comedian. But I mean 2-0. I mean anyone. I mean 1 shot on target and 2 goals. I mean, as Chris said in commentary, that's FIFA statistics, isn't it? But Brazil, they've offered some flurries going forward, but not to the extent that they're missing chances. But Belgium really have been very good on the attack, and Kevin De Bruyne's goal was absolutely top draw. Fantastic, absolutely amazing. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking, and again, the people that are listening, fantastic to know that everyone there. I have to tell you, the viewing figures for the earlier game, when I did the commentary earlier, I've shot through the roof. Nearly 5,000 of you listened to the match around the world, so a big thank you. I didn't expect 5,000 of you to actually get in touch, to actually listen to the game today, but I'm hoping for a similar figure. We're just looking at the first goal. It's a good corner. Company actually flicks it on at the near post, and he makes a run towards the edge of the left hand side of the 6-yard box, flicks it on, and it actually comes off. I'm just trying to work out who it might be. It might be probably, is it Fernandinho? It deflects off. It certainly beats the goalkeeper anyway. Yep, might come off Fernandinho and in. It's a comes off his arms, and obviously Chris is taken to our chat there. But what a job Roberto Martinez has done. He was very low stock leaving Everton. He left Everton under a cloud after 3 indifferent years, and now he's leading the charge towards the World Cup. Is it his years? Is it his year? As an Englishman, I dearly hope not, obviously, but well, one will have to think that way. But whilst we're on at the moment, there's been some other sporting action going on around the world, back in England, of course. Let's check you what's happening in the cricket. There's a one-day international match going on at the moment. It's a T20 match. England against India. They're just they're nearly 5 overs into the England innings. India made 148 for 5 from their 20 overs, and England currently at England. Let's have a look at the scorecard. So, as I say, it's a T20 match. So England currently, this is the Indian innings. They made 148 for 5. The top scorer was Kohli. He made 47. Dhoni was not out 32. Pandra not out 12. So they only lost 5 wickets there, India, but their run rate might have just stifled a bit. England in reply, Roy out for 15, bowled by Udaf. Josh Buttler not out 14. Joe Root not out 4. And England now require something in the region of about 116 to win, which is gettable from 15.1 overs. So that's what's been happening in the T20 cricket. In tennis, in the tennis so far, let's have a look at what's happened. Roger Federer has had another commanding win, top seed at Wimbledon this year. He's continued his forwards record so far. Another routine win, won it in 3 sets. He only needed an hour and 34 minutes to beat Jan Lenai Struff of Germany, and he beat him in straight sets 6-3, 7-5, 6-2 on centre court. And he hasn't dropped a set in 3 matches so far, and 29 in a row. So a real performance there by Roger Federer, proving that he's still a great after all these years. There has been a bit of a shock. Venus Williams has been knocked out in the 3rd round, of course, and of course the women play 3 sets, of course, at Wimbledon, and she's obviously won it 5 times, and she became the 8th of the top 10 seeds to be knocked out. Kiki Bertens beat her, and she beat her 6-2, 6-7, 8-6 by the 26-year-old Dutch woman. That was on court number 1. And of course Madison Keys had lost 9 consecutive games in her defeat to qualifier Evangelina Roddy as well. She was the 10th seed, in fact, Madison Keys, and she lost to Rodina 7-5, 5-7, 6-4 in 2 hours 10 minutes. And the Russian is ranked 120th in the world. But Serena Williams, no such problems for her. She's cruised into the 4th round of Wimbledon. She beat Francis Kristina Mladenovic to reach the 4th round. She's won 23 Grand Slams, back after giving birth, of course. She went a breakdown, but won it on a tie-break in the 2nd set. She won 7-5 in the 1st set and 7-6 in the 2nd, and winning the tie-break 7 points to 2 to win that game in straight sets. So Wimbledon going well, Federer through, Serena through, but Venus Williams out. Those are the big stories outside of the World Cup. And of course earlier today, as you heard on the JB Claret YouTube channel, France become the first semi-finalist of the World Cup, having beaten a very poor Uruguay side, I have to say, on the night by 2-0. The first goal, of course, coming from Varane after 40 minutes, a bullet header into the back of the net. He made a good run towards the far side of the 6-yard area, and we're just seeing some 1 or 2 of the Brazil chances again. And of course then the second goal, Griezmann's shot from the left hand side of the D in the second half, left footed. Goalkeeper Muslera seemed to have the ball at his grasp, and then somehow managed to palm the ball stupidly into the back of the net. And Uruguay lost their discipline when Godin, after after one of the Uruguayans had smacked or actually hit Mbappe in the face, Godin started a very big scuffle which involved something in the region of about 15 players from both sides, but it was unbelievable. Anyway, let's get the latest from the England camp as they prepare for Sweden tomorrow. Let's get the latest now with Gabby Logan as she speaks to the England manager Gareth Southgate.
Can we start with a word association game?
Okay.
Moscow.
Red Square.
Waistcoat.
Embarrassment.
Colombia.
Coffee.
Pickford.
Cadbury's cream egg.
Penalties. The team talk that you gave in between extra time and penalties, what was being said at that point and what were you talking about?
I think it's easy to get emotional and slip into a negative way of thinking at that time, so just reminding them of what we'd talked about and what we'd worked on. Then being collectively on the same page I think was important.
And Dyer does it! And England are through to the quarter-finals and a date with Sweden.
My life experience tells me not to underestimate Sweden. We know exactly how they'll play, and the game where we beat them in the under-21s went to the 89th minute, and it might take us 89, 90 minutes to break them down again. We've got to be ready for whatever. They have really good players, and they have a very clear identity, and they're happy to win matches without having as much of the ball as the opposition. Sweden are more experienced. We've not been favourites in knockout football for a while because we haven't had many matches. So, the whole thing is in your experience for us, really.
There is so much belief around this squad now, and at home, obviously, everybody's so excited. If I'd said to you less than 2 years ago when you took this job, quarter-final, would you buy that?
We recognise that we could go home now and we feel that there's been a reconnection with the fans, but equally, maybe you don't get this opportunity again, and maybe some of the cards that have fallen for us up to this point with injuries and things don't happen in the same way again.
28 years since England were in a semi-final in World Cup, so it would be an incredible achievement, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's helped us to know what we are and to know what our strengths are and to know the bits that we're not perfect in, and that's allowed this team to bond and grow, and we're going to need all of those attributes to beat what is a team that are very similar in those areas of togetherness and a clear identity.
Is football coming home?
Well, we've got a really good opportunity to go a step beyond where we've been for a number of years. And it was 10 years since we'd won a knockout game, and we've talked about creating our own history, and we have the chance to do that again.
Wise words from Gareth Southgate there, and you'll be able to hear full match commentary of Sweden against England tomorrow afternoon. Our coverage will start at about quarter to three. Chris Whiteman will be presenting, and you'll have me as commentator, and then Russia-Croatia role reversal. Join me in the presenter's chair at about 10 to 7 with Chris commentating on that one, and it's gonna go. It's going to be terrific, as Chris there, he's having a ball out there in Kazan tonight, isn't he? Kathleen Kawana Smith is on. Good evening to you, Kathleen. Good to have you on us earlier today. How have Brazil been playing? Or have they just been unlucky, or they're just not playing very well? I would say it's a mixture of all three. They've looked lively in attack without taking their chances. Defensively, they've looked a little bit suspect. They were a bit unfortunate on the first goal, perhaps an own goal, but they were they did leave De Bruyne unmarked, and when you get him about 25 yards and he's unmarked, my goodness, he takes them opportunities. They're going to have any desire or any designs of winning the World Cup for 2018. They haven't won a World Cup on European soil since 1958. When Pele appeared in won his first of 3 World Cup medals. Well, they need snookers and 2 goals to force extra time against these brilliant Belgians, who are just absolutely superb. Defensively, they've stayed stout. Midfield looks absolutely brilliant. Well, the Brazilians know now they need to get a wiggle on. They need snookers in this second half. Otherwise, it's an early flight home. Remember, Germany have already gone. Argentina have already gone. Portugal have gone, Spain have gone, Brazil and Uruguay already gone. All those big teams have already fallen by the wayside. Are Brazil going the same way in Kazan? Well, in the next 45 minutes we're going to find out. Brazil are out on the pitch, and Chris Whiteman is ready and waiting in Kazan to talk you through the second half.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. For the second half, which should be an absolute belter. Brazil having to come out and score at least 2 goals to keep their hopes alive. That's going back to Kathleen's comment. How are Brazil playing? Similar to what John said, they've been playing really well. It's just they have the finishing ability of Danny Welbeck at the moment, so they need to change that going into the second half. It's the best way to describe it. Anyway, as we're waiting for Brazil are on the pitch. We're waiting for Belgium to slowly saunter out of their changing rooms as here they come eventually down the stairs. Come on, lads! You've got you're 45 minutes away from a World Cup semi-final here. Look enthusiastic. Anyway, eventually, here we go. They're coming out of the tunnel now. Just having an extra long team talk from Roberto Martinez. It's Belgium have been excellent. They've certainly the best way to describe it is been playing superb counter-attacking football, and it's how they've got themselves in this position. It should be an exciting second half. As I say, Brazil have got to come out and attack Belgium. There's no other way that they're going to just sit back and play the same tempo as they did the first half and expect to somehow get a goal. As everyone's more or less ready. Referee's just counting the players as he does, just making sure that nobody's snuck an extra player on. Of course, that'd be really difficult considering there are quite a few cameras around. Anyway, Belgium get us back underway for the second half of this quarter-final. They're attacking the goal to our right now, whereas Brazil are attacking the goal to our left. So, Belgium, how are they going to attack this second half? Are they just going to keep the ball and run the clock down, or are they going to go for the jugular and go for the third and finish off Brazil? We shall see as they play the ball around at the back here. Company and Witzel just exchanging possession. Now, Chadley has the ball. Now Witzel. Ball's just gone over the halfway line now as Chadley plays it forward to Eden Hazard. Hazard running up the touchline now. Is up against Paulinho. And Paulinho fouls him. Referee just saying, don't raise your hands that high again, buddy, or you're going to go in the book. Paulinho, who's had an interesting career the last few years, playing for the likes of Spurs, then playing in China, then somehow ending up at Barcelona. It's one of those interesting career moves that pop up every now and again. Almost as interesting as a certain Lee Grant's career move. How does somebody end up going from Burnley to Derby to Stoke and then somehow to United? But anyway, let's get back to the current crop of players that are in front of us. I mean, there's a lot of Premier League stars in front of us, to be fair. Belgium, they've got practically their entire 11s at least. Well, minus Witzel and Meunier. Anyway, Brazil defending this free kick from Belgium. It's about 35 yards out, but it's taken short. Although they are still holding their line on the edge of the box, although now they're not because Belgium played it back to Meunier in the centre circle. Tries to chip it out to Fellaini. Fellaini does win the ball, flicks it onto Hazard, but it's eventually cut out by Thiago Silva. Plays it forward to Coutinho. Coutinho flicks it down to Paulinho. Paulinho who hits the deck. A free kick has been given and a yellow card is being brandished. Who to though? It's gone to Alderweireld. Picks up a yellow card for that foul on Paulinho. Let's have a look. Was it worthy of a yellow? Well, I suppose it was stopping a breakaway. Paulinho was at full tilt. There's no chance of him getting the ball. So Toby Alderweireld is the first man in the book in this game. Take the free kick short, and now Philippe Coutinho, about halfway into Belgium's half, puts it out wide to Fagner, who tries to backheel it into the box towards Neymar, but he only goes as far as Witzel, who's taken the ball to the byline and then tried to lump it forward, but it's not gone very far. Paulinho's picked up the ball on the far side. Puts it inside to Neymar. Neymar tries to flick it inside towards... Oh, well, it was nearly made its way through, but I do believe we may have had a substitution here as well for Brazil. Wasn't notified on my screen, as currently Alisson has the ball at the back. So the number 20, Firmino, has come on the pitch. Not sure who for. I will update you on that as soon as I find out. But he is on the pitch now. I imagine for Gabriel Jesus. I haven't spotted Gabriel Jesus for the second half, so I think we'll roll with that. Right, now Neymar has the ball in the centre circle. Flicks it on to Firmino. Firmino plays it back to him, and now he gets it out to... No, there is Gabriel Jesus. So Neymar again on the edge of the box. But loses out to Vincent Kompany, who's taken it to the far side. Plays it forward to Kevin De Bruyne in the centre circle, who plays it out further wide. Now it's Lukaku, who's one-on-one with Miranda. Tries to get past Miranda, but Miranda bodies him really well. And the ball eventually rolls through to the goalkeeper. Good physical strength from Miranda there. It's really hard to body Romelu Lukaku. As we shall just look up what the substitution is. So it's Willian who's actually come off the engine room. So Willian has gone off. And Roberto Firmino has come on, so I suppose it's a straight swap on the wing. As Philippe Coutinho is bringing the ball forward now. We're just on the edge of the penalty area. Marcelo's got to the byline, plays it inside to Firmino, who's positioned himself well in the penalty box, tries to get the ball across the 6-yard box, but it's hacked away by Witzel. It's gone out for a throw near the technical area for Brazil on this near side. Play it short. Now it's Neymar. Coutinho. Back to Marcelo. Now we're in the middle of the park with Fernandinho, the unlucky man. He tries to play a pass out wide to Marcelo, but it's just got so far wide of the mark. Went to the Brazil manager, who's giving him the death stare. How could you do that? So that's not a good way to stay in your manager's good books, to say the least. Anyway, it's a throw to Belgium on this near side. They throw it forward to Lukaku, whose first touch lets him down, and it's gone out for a throw near the Belgium technical area on this near side. Marcelo takes the throw quickly though. It's gone straight back to Thiago Silva, who's going to bring the ball forward towards the centre circle. Plays it out wide on the far side though. Now it's Wagner. Finds Gabriel Jesus. Back to Thiago Silva though. Just bringing it over the halfway line now. Gives it to Fernandinho in the centre circle, who gives it straight back to Silva. Silva demanding more support, but he's not getting it. Neymar's come deep to collect it off him, just inside the Belgium half. Plays it to this near side with Coutinho. Now Marcelo, who's got to the byline. He's up against Meunier. Checks back on himself, and again, turns Meunier, gets the ball across the 6-yard box. Oh, and Roberto Firmino just couldn't get a toe on it. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Oh, that was a great opportunity there. Gets it across, flashes across the 6-yard box. Oh, and Firmino he does get a toe on it, but it must have brushed the very edge of his boot. And it's gone out for a goal kick. If it had got any kind of decent contact on that, it's 2-1. But he didn't, so it's still 2-0. I mean, that's almost Michael Owen level commentary, that. Anyway, Fernandinho has the ball just on the halfway line, but he's being forced backwards as Belgium are swarming him. Now it's Philippe Coutinho in the centre circle, bringing the ball up now. Now Neymar bringing it to this near side. He's got Marcelo ahead of him. Marcelo at the byline. Marcelo tries to whip the ball across the 6-yard box again, but this time it's Alderweireld who hacks the ball away. It's gone out for a throw on this near side though. Neymar's taking it quickly. Gets it back to Coutinho, who gives it straight back to Neymar, who 1-2s it back to him. Coutinho on the edge of the box has a shot, but he's got two men in front of him in the shape of Alderweireld and Witzel. The ball's fallen to the feet of Lukaku, who's battling with Miranda again. Miranda does get fouled, takes the free kick quickly as Philippe Coutinho tries to chip it through to Neymar. Neymar looks at the linesman, flag stays down, he's got to the byline, he's up against Meunier. Neymar goes down in the box. Referee says no foul. Fellaini's now having a dig at him, but Neymar is gesturing to the referee about something. Maybe he's just saying let's get on with it for a change as opposed to rolling around. Anyway, throw's taken short by Brazil. Philippe Coutinho's got it on this near side. Tries to get it inside to Neymar. His first touch is horrendous, but it lands at the feet of Fernandinho. About 35 yards out from goal. Paulinho now it's switched to the far side. Gabriel Jesus on the far side byline. Whips it across. Finds absolutely no one and hacked away by Alderweireld. Finds Eden Hazard, who somehow wins the header, but it's only gone straight to Thiago Silva, who sells Kevin De Bruyne down the river with his first touch. Now it's Marcelo on this near side touchline. Now inside to Philippe Coutinho. We're in the middle of the park, middle of the Belgium half. Tries to play it forward, but it doesn't make its way to a Brazil player, and Belgium now have the ball. Surely that's a push in the back on Wagner by Hazard, and it is. But Brazil have a free kick. Referee's not ready for them to take it just yet, as we're going to take a look back at this penalty appeal. No, it's a dive. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's a dive from Neymar. Brazil managers gesturing to VAR, saying you need to have a look at it, whereas Neymar was actually saying, I think Neymar might have been saying let's just get on with it to save him from being booked for simulation, but there you go. Anyway, Brazil have the ball just inside the Belgium half. They're bringing it forward. Neymar plays it out wide again to Marcelo on this near side, who's living on the byline. Tries to whip it in towards the back stick, gets it to Gabriel Jesus, but can't find anyone, and Chadley hooks it away with the outside of his boot. It's only gone as far as Wagner, though, on the far side for Brazil. Now Paulinho. Gabriel Jesus. Paulinho again. Now it's Roberto Firmino, the substitute. Wagner tries to bend it round the corner. He's found Paulinho, but it's gone straight through to Courtois. Has it? Goodness me, it almost rebounded kindly for Paulinho and left Courtois with an open net, but it's fallen kindly for him, and Alderweireld hacks it away again. Courtois had a lot of luck on his side tonight, I've got to say. Other goalkeepers maybe wouldn't be so lucky. Here's Neymar on the halfway line. Turns Fellaini like he's not there. Driving forward towards the byline on this near side. Still going Neymar. Neymar goes down in the box again. Referee's indicated a corner. So Marcelo's going to take this corner on this near side. Takes it short, straight to Neymar. Was that offside? No. Okay. Tries to deliver the ball in the box, but Vincent Kompany sticks a foot out and it's gone out only as far as Fernandinho in the centre circle. So only as far, that's quite a good distance on it. Now Paulinho tries to ping the ball, switches the play to this near side with Marcelo, living on the byline again, although this time he cuts inside. Switches the play again, this time to Gabriel Jesus on the opposite byline. Oh, he nutmegs Alderweireld, and goodness me, he almost got all the way through. Referee has, well, Gabriel Jesus has hit the deck. Oh no, I think he hasn't collided with the stanchion post, has he? Sorry, it was Vertonghen who he absolutely destroyed with a nutmeg. And then Vincent Kompany stuck out a leg, caught him with a slide challenge, but the ball had already gone out of play. The referee's going to VAR here, possibly a potential penalty shout. I mean, I think it would be harsh, because Gabriel Jesus had touched it past Kompany, and then the ball was proceeding to go out of play by the time Kompany made contact. So I think that would be harsh to give that penalty, if I'm honest, because if he didn't take him out, if he hadn't made contact with him, then the ball would have gone out of play anyway. So I think it would be harsh. Referee's still waiting for confirmation as to what the decision should be. I don't think that's going to be given as a penalty because, as I said, the ball was running out of play. But the nutmeg on Vertonghen was absolutely, I don't like using the word savage, but it was almost soul destroying, and it was inside the 6-yard box, and then obviously Gabriel Jesus touched it past Kompany, but proceeded to take it out of play by doing that, and got clattered by Kompany in the process. So no penalty is given, goal kick is given, and away we go again as Belgium continue with possession here. Here is Vertonghen. He's going to need to recover his pride a little bit after that filthy nutmeg, but there you go. As they try to play a long ball forward to Lukaku. He's won the physical tussle with Miranda, but Miranda has a second go at it and wins a throw on this near side touchline. Tell you what, that is a fascinating battle between Miranda and Lukaku there. They are competing at the highest level of physicality there. As the ball pings around near the touchline. It's gone out for another throw. And a substitution is being made for Brazil here. Gabriel Jesus is coming off, so he's had enough chances tonight. Douglas Costa is coming on. That's an interesting one here. Douglas Costa. So a possible change in shape perhaps then for Brazil. Maybe a 4-4-2 going on there. But anyway, Brazil take the throw short. Now it's Coutinho with the ball, although he's sold Marcelo down the river with that pass, although Marcelo was, well, it looked like he was fouled, but the referee played advantage. Neymar on this near side, heading towards the byline, up against Meunier. Tries to get past him, but Meunier stands him up, wins the ball back, and he's now proceeding to maraud up this near side. Tries to play the ball forward, but he's sent it straight to Marcelo, who says thank you very much, gives it to Coutinho. We're about 25 yards out from goal. Coutinho tries to cut inside, but Fellaini casually brushes him off. And now Belgium have the ball back, this time in the left centre-back position, as Vertonghen tries to play the ball forward towards Eden Hazard, who gets fouled on the far side touchline. Yep, just a cheeky body check from Fagner, and Hazard milked it for everything. Didn't roll around quite Neymar-esque, but he stayed on the floor long enough for the referee to be minorly concerned, if that's even a phrase. As we see Belgian fans taking plenty of swigs of Budweiser, I'm assuming. That's what's on the cups anyway. Can't assume anything. As the ball is played back to Courtois, who tries to lump it forward, but he absolutely scuffs it. And it's gone out for a throw to Brazil on the halfway line on the far side. And there's a Japan flag flying very high in the crowd there. showing his support for his team, obviously not making it this far. They almost made it past Belgium, hard to believe that, but Belgium showed grit and determination and managed to sneak through. Lucky to be here, to be honest, but that last 20 minutes was something to see. And now they find themselves 2-0 up against Brazil. 50, we're about to hit the 60-minute mark as Fernandinho is bringing the ball forward. Switches the play to Marcelo on this near side. He's heading to the byline, tries to get the ball in the 6-yard box, but it's hacked away, but only as far as Philippe Coutinho. At 25 yards out from goal, gets it to Firmino on the edge of the D. Company has 1, 2, 3 swings at clearing it and eventually gets the ball out towards Eden Hazard on the far side. 2 players for Company, plays it back to Chadli. Chadli running out of space, forced to go back to Courtois. Courtois has a second hack at clearing it. This time it's a bit better, went towards De Bruyne, but Fernandinho won the header, but Fellaini wins the second header and gets it to Witsel in the centre circle. The referee has pulled it back for a handball. And oh, I did hit his hand, yeah. Wasn't intentional, but could have avoided it. So a free kick for Brazil on the centre spot. And they take it short. Miranda then proceeds to try and chip it out towards Marcelo, but it goes straight to Meunier. Meunier then flicks it onto Lukaku. Lukaku nods it down to De Bruyne in the centre circle, but they lose out. And Paulinho's picked it up, plays it back to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva's bringing it into the centre circle now, over the halfway line. Tries to play a through ball straight through towards Firmino, but his first touch is heavy and Witsel wins it in the middle of the park. Alderweireld then plays it back to Courtois in the 6-yard box. Lumps it long first time towards Lukaku, but it's headed away by Miranda. Now Marcelo on this near side touchline brings it inside. Switches the play to the far side. Now Fernandinho. Fernandinho driving into the middle of the park, gets it to Philippe Coutinho on the edge of the D now. Still in the middle of the park. Back to Fernandinho. Now Coutinho again, although he slipped as he tried to get that ball back. And now Chadli looking to break away. Fernandinho, though, is almost there, but Chadli then switches the play into the middle with Kevin De Bruyne in the centre circle. He's played it out wide to Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard in the box. There's a shot. It flashes across goal and it's just gone wide of the right-hand post. Opportunity there for 3-0, but Belgium again exercising their ferocious counter-attacking pace. Chadli looked like he'd lost the ball there to Fernandinho, but somehow got it to De Bruyne in the centre circle, who released Hazard on that far side, had a left-footed shot, and it was inches wide of the right-hand post, and it was almost 3-0. That could have been game, set and match, but now Brazil looking to fight back immediately, taking the goal kick short, and an opportunity now for Brazil as Fernandinho drives into the box. There's a shot, Courtois parries it away, and it's only gone as far as Fernandinho. Now Marcelo gets it to Neymar on the edge of the box. Apologies about my breaking commentary. As Fagner fouls Eden Hazard inside the Belgian half. Sorry, somebody just came in here and demanded my car keys off me. Somebody I know, so don't worry, I'm not being robbed. As that was the save from Courtois that I just mentioned. Nearly landed at the feet of a Brazil player, but it bounced off his ankle and landed kindly for them. And now Belgium looking to come forward here, although a bad pass from De Bruyne, you don't say that very often. And now Brazil have got the ball back in their own half. Here's Marcelo on this near side. Plays a wonderful ball to Neymar on this near side touchline. He's only got Meunier with him. He's got to the byline, looking for the opportunity to cross. Doesn't quite get there. Now Philippe Coutinho on the edge of the D. Tries to shoot, but it's blocked. It's come out as far as Marcelo. Marcelo thinking about the shot, but he had Fellaini in front of him. So he smartly uses Firmino. Firmino's forced to go backwards, though. Now it's Fernandinho. Fernandinho plays it back to Coutinho. You've got Firmino to his left. Plays it to Neymar in the middle on the edge of the D. Tries to get it back to Coutinho, but it's cut out. But it's only gone as far as Miranda, who was fouling Lukaku by the looks of things. That's what the referee's given. Yeah, he did kind of pull Lukaku over. I dare say there's not many people who can actually physically pull Lukaku over. It's probably one of those things. His referee's probably going, he's pulled Lukaku over. That must be a foul. But there you go. So it's a free kick to Belgium as they lump it long, switching it to the opposite flank with Eden Hazard on the far side. He's got Fagner with him. Finds Chadli. He's gone out for a throw. Belgium take it short. But they've won it back, and now Company's fed it out wide with Meunier. Now De Bruyne trying to flick it on. De Bruyne, though, picking up the loose pass on this near side touchline. Now it's Witsel in the centre circle. Now it's on the far side with Eden Hazard. Hazard up against Wagner. Tries to get to the byline, but he tried to play it into Chadley, sold him short, but Chadley's won it back. Got him out of jail there. Now Witsel plays it backwards, though. Now it's Fellaini, just on the edge of the centre circle on the far side. Chadley again. Tries to get it to Hazard. Hazard loses out, but Fellaini's physically throwing himself around. Neymar's hit the deck. He's holding his ankle. Has the referee given a free kick there? I think he has. Let's have a look. Well, I don't know why he's... I don't know why he's holding his ankle. He's always holding his ankle. Let's just assume that his ankle hurts constantly. Now it's Fernandinho on that far side, as the free kick was switched to him. Now Neymar, about 35 yards out from goal, in the middle of the park. Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho gives it back to Neymar. Coutinho then tries to spread it out wide, but the pass has got too much heat on it and it's gone out for a Belgium throw in line with the edge of their own box. There's Neymar still prodding his ankle. It's still there. I'm pretty sure you can't lose your ankle mid-match. As Belgium take the throw long towards Kevin De Bruyne, just over the halfway line. And he wins the throw just inside the Brazil half. Yeah, so I apologise about the minor breaks in my commentary. As I said, people keep interrupting me. But I shouldn't have any more interruptions. My apologies about that. Anyway, Belgium have the ball in their own half, play it forward towards De Bruyne, who is being pulled all over the park by Fernandinho. Fernandinho, probably the best man to try and mark him, I suppose, as... Oh! Witsel hits the deck and then proceeds to get the ball right on his bonnet whilst he's on the floor. As he was... Fernandinho's hit the deck claiming he's been fouled. Witsel's on the floor also claiming he's been fouled, and then the ball has hit him square on the top of the head whilst he's face down for whatever reason. And yeah, that was... Fortunately, his giant afro probably softened the blow. But there you go. 67 minutes gone. Still 2-0 to Belgium. As Brazil fans are getting more and more anxious as every minute ticks by. Fernandinho is being seen by the medics for Brazil. I don't know what specifically went wrong there. He was going down as if he'd been elbowed, but he wasn't elbowed by Witsel. It just maybe a brush with the forearm, but he certainly milked it for all it was. Although he does appear to have a nosebleed, so maybe it was a bit more than a brush. So as we're seeing a lot of pictures of Belgian fans off their rockers. I mean, you would be, wouldn't you, if you were 2-0 up in a quarter-final against Brazil? You would be completely balmy. As Belgium trying to get a Mexican wave going. Brazil fans not quite as enthusiastic. As Fernandinho is just about finished receiving treatment, although Brazil are temporarily down to 10 men for the moment. As Belgium do actually, eventually the free kick has gone Belgium's way. As I was going to say, it looked more like Witsel had been fouled, to be honest. Company takes it and gives it straight to Brazil, hits it straight to Miranda. Oh, both Fernandinho and Witsel are off the pitch because they both received treatment, so both teams down to 10 men temporarily. As Marcelo is just bringing the ball up, he's found Roberto Firmino, who's sold him the worst 6-yard pass I have ever seen from a professional footballer, and loses the ball to Belgium. Now Lukaku is driving up this near side, he's in a foot race with Miranda. Lukaku still driving, he's got to the byline, he's got no support at all, and he's run out of pitch. And he's extremely frustrated with himself because that last touch was just a little too much for himself. But the battle between him and Miranda is a fascinating one, to say the least. As the goal kick is taken short, is Thiago Silva switching the play out wide. And it's Fernandinho. Fernandinho looks like he's playing a wide role at the moment, so they've definitely changed to a 4-4-2 as he cuts inside and has a shot which is blocked by Fellaini, which has landed at the feet of Eden Hazard. Now Chadley on the far side. Is Vertonghen. Clips it forward to Fellaini, still on the far side. He's bringing it forward. Now Hazard, being forced to bring it back inside his own half. Philippe Coutinho's hit the deck because he touched Hazard's arm. Referee's waving play on. Hazard still driving forward. Marcelo's stuck a foot out though and won the ball back. And Philippe Coutinho has made a miraculous recovery and is back on his feet again. Now Neymar in the centre circle, driving forward. Runs out of room though as Meunier comes across and sticks a toe out. Although it looks like the referee is blown up for a free kick. And he's actually going to book Meunier. Well, I thought it was a fair challenge from that angle, but we shall have a look. Thomas Meunier will miss the next game as well. He will not be involved in the semi-final should Belgium get through. So that will be a bit of a miss for them. They do have a few good players on the bench who can play, Thorgan, Hazard, Januzaj. They've certainly got plenty of cover in the wide positions. As we're seeing a replay of that foul on Neymar. I think that's a bit harsh to be a yellow card, to be honest, but I suppose we're at that stage in the game where persistent fouling has become a problem. Brazil take the free kick short, play it out wide to Marcelo, who's at the byline, but plays it back to Coutinho. He's now played it back to Fernandinho in the middle of the park. We're in the Belgium half though. Fernandinho cuts inside from the wing, has a shot with his left foot, but it's straight at Courtois, who deals with it. Forced him to dive a little bit, but that was probably more for the cameras. And takes his time in getting back up. As I said, Belgium are probably going to milk the clock for every second now. He throws the ball over arm out to Chadley on the far side. Now it's Alderweireld, plays it back to Company, back to Courtois. Courtois being forced to lump it because Brazil are pressing very high up the pitch, and Chadley's done extremely well to keep that in play, although it has gone all the way through to Thiago Silva, who plays it back to Alisson, the goalkeeper, although Eden Hazard has gone down holding his face. He's not happy about something. Belgium demanding the ball goes out of play. Eden Hazard is being assisted to his feet by a Brazil player, but he's not getting up in a hurry. Let's have a look here. Who was it? It was Fagner. A bit of a... took one to the chest from Fagner there, but not enough to hold his face. So Paulinho has now come off as well. Renato Augusto has now come on. So that's all three normal time substitutions made. So Brazil have played their hands. They've just got to hope in the next 15 minutes or so that a miracle can happen. So at the moment, Belgium just don't look like they're going to lose at this point. They look in complete control. As Brazil look to build from the back again. Just a reminder, the quarter-final tomorrow. The first one, Sweden against England, which will be live on this channel. It will be presented by myself and covered by John Stuttard as the main commentator at 3 o'clock tomorrow. As Belgium win the ball back on the halfway line, Romelu Lukaku wins it off Coutinho. Well, fouls him because Coutinho's tiny in comparison to Lukaku. That's a cheeky way to win a free kick. Grab hold of his shorts and fall over in front of him. That was very cheeky of Coutinho. Anyway, Brazil take the free kick short and they're getting it underway fairly quickly as Coutinho now has the ball again at his feet inside the centre circle in the Belgian half. Switching it to this near side with Neymar. Now Marcelo heading towards the byline yet again, but this time cutting inside, now cutting back outside, gets it into the feet of Roberto Firmino, who's being forced out to the edge of the D, gets it to Fernandinho, who's driven it into the box, tries to chip it in towards the back stick, but it's gone out for a goal kick. And Marcelo's going to run after the ball and give it to Courtois, saying, "Come on, let's get on with this. I know we've got approximately 15, 16 minutes left. 74 on the clock. So there we go. Brazil right now, as John was saying earlier, needing snookers. They need something, and they need it fast. They ideally need a goal in the next couple of minutes to keep this tie alive, because right now Belgium look completely comfortable and not under any sort of threat. As the ball's up in the air, Lukaku tries to win the header. It's gone down to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne on the edge of the box tries to get it to Eden Hazard, but it's cut out by Philippe Coutinho, who gets it forward to Firmino, who's played it out wide. Now it's Douglas Costa. He's got to the byline on the far side. He's driving into the box. It's gone in. Has a shot. Courtois saves it, punches it away. It's landed at the feet of Toby Alderweireld, who hoofs it upfield, out for a throw on this near side on the halfway line. Marcelo takes it quickly, gives it to Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho cutting inside, dinking the ball into the area, headed up but not away by Alderweireld. Having a second attempt, Witsel heading it up again. The third attempt, not away. Alderweireld tries to hoof it forward. He does eventually clear it. It's come to Eden Hazard, who's heading it up. And again, bit of dolphin stuff going on here, but Thiago Silva wins the ball back, takes control of the scenario, drives forward towards the edge of the Belgian box. Neymar trying to flick it round the corner into the area, but doesn't quite work out. De Bruyne battling with Neymar for the ball. Fernandinho winning it in the centre circle, gets it to this near side with Philippe Coutinho. About 20 yards out from goal, dinks it into the box. It's a header on goal, and it's in. It's Douglas Costa, I think. No, it's the substitute, Renato Augusto, who's won the header. He's flicked it past Courtois, and I said they needed a goal in the next couple of minutes to keep this tie alive, and they've got themselves one. Renato Augusto, he's been on the pitch, 3 minutes? It was a lovely flick in the box towards the 6-yard line by Philippe Coutinho. That man again creating everything for Brazil, and Augusto just arrowed it into the bottom right-hand corner of Courtois' net. 6'7" of him couldn't quite get down quick enough to reach it, and Brazil have a lifeline. They're still alive. They've got 14 minutes plus added time to find a second, and this tie is back in the balance. Could we be seeing a comeback here from Brazil? Belgium made a comeback against Japan. Could they be in danger of being on the receiving end of a comeback here? Brazil now all of a sudden look like they've got that extra step. They've won the ball back immediately off Belgium. They're looking for a second straight away. If they could equalise inside minutes of scoring their first, it would be a real killer for Belgium. Renato Augusto, the goal scorer, gets down wide to Fernandinho. Fernandinho switches the play to Marcelo, who's been living on the byline on this near side. He's up against Fellaini though, gets it back to Coutinho. Coutinho heading back towards the byline. Now it's Marcelo, all on this near side still. Marcelo tries to get it past Fellaini. He's got it past Fellaini. Can he get a ball on the box? No, he can't, as he's blocked by Witsel. Marcelo's hit the deck, but he's more claiming a corner than anything else. Might have a case, you know. It being a corner, should I say. But it's been given as a goal kick. The header, it wasn't particularly powerful, but it was so far in the corner from Renato Augusto that it's just one of those unsavable ones. Just glances it, and it brushes the side netting just on the inside of the post. It is a perfect header, if you could ever find one, as Brazil keep themselves alive in this tie. Brazil winning the ball back in their own half. Fernandinho bringing it forward. Now Philippe Coutinho playing it to this near side. Now it's Neymar on this near side touchline, heading towards the byline, up against Meunier. It's got it inside the area towards the 6-yard box. It's Roberto Firmino, and he's blasted it over the bar from about 8 yards out. He had a lot of bodies round him, to be fair, so it wasn't an easy chance. Just a few claims of Neymar perhaps being offside there, but it looked level to me. It was a wonderful ball inside the box from Neymar. Just flicked it inside. It was a lucky. Firmino managed to somehow turn Vincent Kompany and get a shot off, but from that angle it was very tight. A good effort from Firmino. 78 minutes gone. Belgium 2, Brazil 1. A goal from Renato Augusto has brought the tie back in the balance, as Brazil certainly with an extra step. They've certainly had more of the ball this second half. Marcelo switches the ball to the other side. An opportunity perhaps for Douglas Costa to cause sorts of problems. He's got to the byline on the far side. He's whipped a cross in, although it's been blocked by Chadley, and it's gone out for a Brazil corner on the far side. Brazil with that extra step. The crowd are up for it, making all sorts of noise now. The Brazil fans have come alive in this since the goal has gone in. They're making all sorts of noise. It's incredible. Incredible atmosphere right now. The corner for Brazil, whipped in from the far side, headed away by Fellaini. It's only gone as far as Eden Hazard, who's picked up on the edge of his own box. He turns Marcelo, and now he turns on the afterburners, driving into the Belgium half on this near side. He's got 4 men for supports. Can he find any of them? Checks inside, but sells Kevin De Bruyne down the river with such a hospital pass. Douglas Costa picks it up, gets it to the far side, although he's being forced backwards by all the Belgian bodies that did run forward. And Thiago Silva. Now, Thiago Silva again playing it to this near side with Neymar. Neymar turning Fellaini, driving into the middle of the pitch, tries to play Philippe Coutinho through, but Alderweireld is alert to it. Kevin De Bruyne plays it back to Vertonghen. Now Vincent Kompany. Kompany again, just looking for options, proceeds to lump it long towards Fellaini, but it's won by Marcelo, who's got it to the feet of Philippe Coutinho, who's driving at Witsel. It gets it inside to Douglas Costa! Oh, goodness me. He had a clean sight of goal there, and he blazed it wide to the left of goal. It was, sorry, it wasn't Douglas Costa, it was Renato Augusto again. He was completely open on the edge of the D, had plenty of time to line up the shot, but he blasts it just to the left of goal, about a foot wide. Courtois was worried. Brazil fans thought that was it. Brazil manager thought that was the chance. Could they come back to regret that chance? Augusto. I mean, he did score with his head earlier, so I suppose it's fair to say that his feet are still cold. But you don't want to give him another chance like that, otherwise it will cause, well, Belgium will be very, very worried. Although they might be worried at the moment because Chadley's currently down. Possible cramp coming into play here. As we hit the 81st minute. As Belgium just taking this pause in play. Roberto Martinez giving out some instructions. Probably telling them to keep their heads. It's within their grasp. They've just got to defend as a unit. Brazil also taking the opportunity to have a quick team talk. You know, they know they're in it. They're certainly up for it. It's a great contest now. But Brazil, their fans making loads of noise. They know they have a chance now. You just need one chance. There's one Brazil fan amongst all these Belgian fans, and he's just jumping up and down, clapping his hand. He's literally in a sea of red, and it's just this one guy in a yellow shirt jumping up and down. That's the World Cup all over. There you go. So Chadley is actually not going to be able to continue, so he's coming off, and it's going to be, looks like Thomas Vermaelen. Thomas Vermaelen. Everyone remember who he is. So the former Arsenal man coming on for Chadley. It's probably going to be a change in shape now. I would imagine that they're probably going to go to a 4-4-2. So they could probably, or 4-5-1 if you want. That's probably what they'll end up doing. Pull De Bruyne and Eden Hazard back from supporting Lukaku and just leave him up front on his own. He's strong enough to do it. So that's what I imagine they're going to do. So changing shape for Belgium. Going 4 at the back. As Brazil have to defend from this goal kick, which is launched forward, but they've won the ball back with Fagner. Although that pass was terrible towards Douglas Costa, and now Belgium have won the ball back. Belgium have actually got a throw now on the far side, just off the edge of the penalty area. As Belgium are going to take their time with this. Tell you what, these 83 minutes, as we hit the 83, they have absolutely flown by. I've got to say, this has been a very exciting game to commentate on myself. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. Hopefully my commentary hasn't detracted from the contest itself. As Meunier playing it forward, although that pass is not good enough, and Brazil have won the ball back. Now it's a chance for Firmino trying to play in Neymar, who's got to the byline on this near side. He's only got Firmino to aim for. He's got past Meunier. A chance for Philippe Coutinho, and you could not scuff your lines any worse. Edge of the penalty, well, it wasn't even the edge of the penalty area. It was probably about 12 yards out, and he's absolutely blazed it high, wide, and not at all handsome. Goodness me, that is £100 million plus worth of football player. Absolutely fluffing his lines. He was wide open, had all the goal to aim for, and it was closer to the corner flag than it was the goal. That's how bad it was. Snatching at an opportunity to equalise. 84 minutes in We've got 6 minutes left of normal time. Can Brazil find an equaliser? They've won the ball back again after Fellaini won the first header. Here's Marcelo playing it inside to Douglas Costa. Now it's Renato Augusto. Back to Douglas Costa. Got to the byline on the far side. Plays it inside to Fernandinho. Fernandinho trying to flick it across to Marcelo, but it's headed away by Alderweireld. Only as far as Coutinho, though. About 25 yards out from goal in the middle. Tries to win the ball back. He's chopped Fellaini down, but the referee's waved advantage as Hazard comes away with the ball. Brings it over the halfway line on this near side. Although he's slowed it down, although he's trying to get past Fernandinho, gets pulled down by the Man City man. That's surely a yellow card. It is a yellow card. Fernandinho's in the book, as Eden Hazard had sold him for chips with that move. Just chopped past him. And then Fernandinho, well, he just had no choice but to bring him down, otherwise he was away. And, well, that was a tactical foul by Fernandinho. It's kept them in the contest, I suppose. 85 minutes gone. Into the last 5 minutes. Belgium just playing around with the ball at the back. Witzel in the centre circle, just bringing it over the kickoff spot. Gets fouled by Firmino, although he kind of bought that foul, really, by running into him, essentially, and then flailing his arms like he'd been thrown around like a rag doll. Witzel takes it short, though, gives it to Company in the Belgium half, just on the edge of the centre circle. Company switches it out to Meunier on this near side, who again goes backwards. That pass isn't very good, though. It's found nobody, but Courtois has come out to mop it up and then lumps it long. Alderweireld flicks it on towards Fellaini. On the ball well. Is he fouled? Yep, he's fouled, pushed over by Miranda. And now Belgium are going to make a substitution. It's Telemans who's going to come on, the number 17, for Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku is coming off. Well, this is a big tactical gamble by Roberto Martinez. Telemans on for Lukaku. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I think Lukaku's been winning all the headers and holding the ball up really well for Belgium. But tactics, they're going to bring on Telemans instead for Lukaku, as Thierry Henry brushes his beard with thought. He's worked on that beard really well. It certainly suits him, sir. Anyway, stop thinking about Thierry Henry's beard. Lukaku eventually comes off the pitch. I don't think he looks too happy about it. Doesn't look at Roberto Martinez as he walks off the pitch, although does acknowledge Thierry Henry coming over to give him a high five. He's certainly put in a big shift, Lukaku. And Miranda plays the ball back to Alisson, who then lumps it forward. Headers won by Firmino, who flicks it back down to Coutinho, but Coutinho's touch is heavy and it's hacked forward by Belgium. It's only gone as far as Thiago Silva in the Brazil box. Plays it out wide now to Fagner. Gives it to the goal scorer, Renato Augusto. Plays it out wide to the far side touchline now. It's Douglas Costa bringing it forward. Fagner's on the overlap if he wants to use him. Well, he's being followed by Telemans all the way. Looks like Kevin De Bruyne has essentially gone in the striker position for Belgium. So Marcelo now has it on this near side. Now Neymar turns on the byline up against Alderweireld, but he's run out of pitch. And Neymar, well, inexplicably, lack of concentration perhaps. Alderweireld defended him well, but his touch was just so bad. He got to the byline and then just proceeded to dribble it off. It's the world's most expensive player, ladies and gentlemen, can't keep the ball on the pitch in crunch time. As we get another shot of Thierry Henry stroking his beard. I don't know what the cameraman's thinking. I don't know why. Let's get an emotional shot of Thierry Henry in this moment. He's not even the manager, he's the assistant manager, people. Anyway, the ball's lumped forward. Kevin De Bruyne has won the ball. About halfway into the Brazil half. He's flicked a lovely ball through to Eden Hazard, who can't quite keep it in play. Well, he stopped it going out for a goal kick. He's kicked it out for a throw on this near side, near the corner flag. So Brazil have a throw deep in their own half. It's well played by Hazard. Marcelo's going to take it. Looking for options. Finds Coutinho. Marcelo then proceeds to switch the play to the far side. Firmino's come deep to pick it up. Now it's Douglas Costa. Up against Vermaelen. Oh, he sold him down the river. Douglas Costa blast past one man. Up against Tillemans now. Vertonghen's come back to help. Got it into Neymar, but his first touch lets him down, and Alderweireld deals with it. Fellaini tries to clear it, but it's only gone as far as Fernandinho. Lots of pressure on Belgium now. They've got 2 minutes to hold out. Here's Marcelo on the byline again. Whips the ball in. Headed away by Belgium. And flicked on again by Kevin De Bruyne. Eden Hazard's got it down under his control now, and he turns, and now Belgium could break again. Driving forward. Oh, he's hacked down by Fagner. That's surely going to be another yellow card. It is another yellow card. Fagner in the book now. Brazil just hacking down Belgium whenever they come away on the counter-attack. We're into the last minute of normal time. How much at a time do you reckon there will be, folks? I'm going to bet on 5 minutes. I reckon there'll be 5 minutes. That's what I'm going for. So, Brazil. 30 seconds of normal time. Belgium take the free kick short. So they're going to waste every second they can. Here's Vermaelen playing it back to Courtois. What do you reckon, folks? How much added time? Panini's gone for 5 minutes too. We shall find out in 15 seconds or so. Here's Marcelo on this near side. Now Coutinho plays it across. Here's Fagner. Puts it out wide to Douglas Costa on the far side, up against Vertonghen. Plays it back to Fagner. Fagner tries to whip it in towards the back stick, towards Neymar. He's claiming a penalty. There's been 5 minutes of added time indicated. So me and Panini got it spot on. Neymar is insistent that there should be a penalty here. The referee might think about going to VAR here. It was a lovely ball whipped in by Fagner at the back stick. Was this a foul? Oh, that's not a foul. That's not a foul at all. If the ref gives this as a penalty, I will eat my hat. I'm not wearing a hat. I will find a hat and then eat the hat if this is given as a penalty. The referee's looking. He's speaking to VAR. Meunier put his hand out and did sort of touch Neymar's face. Neymar then proceeded to hit the deck as if he'd been shot. Neymar indicating like he'd been punched. Literally signalling, oh, he punched me. No, referee's given no penalty, so I don't have to learn how to eat a hat in the next couple of minutes. And now Belgium bringing the ball forward. Hazard heading towards the corner flag. Smartly so, although Marcelo's won the ball back. Fernandinho lumping the ball forward, but it's only gone as far as Meunier. 4 minutes before Belgium get their semi-final place assured. Witzel, Fellaini on this near side. Looking for Meunier, but loses out. Fernandinho wins it back. Miranda, Thiago Silva now on the edge of the D. Playing it forward to Coutinho. Still in the Brazil half, though. They need to get it forward. Miranda on the edge of their own box still. Belgium pressing quite high up, forcing them to play it around at the back. Now it's Fagner bringing it forward. Douglas Costa on the far side touchline. Lovely step over to get past Tielemans. Switches the play to Marcelo, who's living again on this byline on the near side. Gets it to Philippe Coutinho on the edge of the D. Has a shot blocked by Fellaini. Wins the header though, Coutinho. Brazil still have the ball, although they've lost it now as Eden Hazard picks up on this near side touchline. Hazard skipping past Miranda. Hasn't got much support. Skips past Fernandinho. Looking to blast past Miranda again. He's got the legs on him. Hits the deck. Referee said that's a foul on Eden Hazard, who puts two fists up. With jubilation because he's won his team a free kick, which will kill a few more seconds. Won a free kick deep into the Brazil half on this near side touchline. We've got 2.5 minutes left of injury time. The Belgium fans are going absolutely mental at this stage. They know their team is almost there and they will cheer them over the line as Belgium are taking their time to take this free kick. De Bruyne has come over. Brazil fans look in absolute despair. De Bruyne tries to flick it forward to Hazard. Foul on Miranda. And Brazil take the free kick quickly. Here's Thiago Silva bringing the ball forward towards the halfway line. Switches the play to this near side with Marcelo. Marcelo steps on the ball and nearly falls over. Still in control of it though. Plays it to Fernandinho. Back to Marcelo. First touch a bit better this time. Lets Neymar take over. Drives into the middle of the pitch. Plays it out wide to the far side with Douglas Costa. Costa now. He's got Tielemans and Vertonghen for company. Tries to get past Tielemans. He gets past Tielemans. An opportunity perhaps. It's come to Neymar on the edge of the box. Oh, what a save by Courtois. That's incredible. Goodness me. That was going top corner all day long. And Courtois stuck out a big right hand, to tip that over the bar. That is one of the saves of the tournament. It's kept them in front. Brazil have a corner on the far side though. Brazil contemplating whether to send the goalkeeper up. We've got, 1.5 minutes left of injury time. Neymar whips it in. The goalkeeper's come up late. And, the header that was won by Firmino has gone out for a goal kick. And, Alisson turned up late at the corner and has now had to turn around and sprint back to his own goal. We're into the last minute. And Belgium are almost there. That big save by Courtois. He's looked a little bit shaky today, parrying a lot of things into danger zones. But that save there, people will forget about the rest. Taking his time to take this goal kick. 45 seconds left for Brazil to save themselves. Can they find one more chance? Fellaini wins the first header. De Bruyne wins the second. De Bruyne, he's got the ball now. He's heading for the corner flag. He's got both Miranda and Marcel. He kicks the ball off Miranda and wins a corner. He's pumping up the crowd, the Belgian fans in that corner, making all sorts of noise. They know they're there. 20 seconds left. They're not going to rush to take this corner. I think it's safe to say that Belgium are pretty much there. They take it short. They're going to hold it in the corner as long as they can. 10 seconds left. Fouled against Brazil. It looks like it's all over for the Brazilians. And that's it. The full-time whistle has gone. Brazil are out. Belgium are through to the semi-finals. They will play France. It will be an all-European affair from here on out, people. So, Brazil, go home. No more South Americans. They've all gone home. Brazil join Argentina, Colombia and Uruguay as the South American team's not making it through. And it will be Belgium, semi-finalists of a World Cup. They will face France for the opportunity to play in a World Cup final. Incredible. Courtois getting a lot of congratulations from the coaching staff. That big save at the end. Goodness me, if that had gone in, we would have been talking about extra time here. But no. Belgium, they held on in the end. They were under immense pressure from Brazil, but when it counted, they did the smart thing, held it up in the corner, killed the clock, and Brazil, they'll be disappointed. They had more than enough chances to score goals in this. That first half in particular, they could have had two simple goals. Coutinho had a blazing, great chance that he blazed wide late in this half as well. So Brazil, they've only got themselves to blame. Belgium, however, did the business. You know, they got a bit lucky with the own goal. Got a bit lucky at times in defence from Courtois powering a lot of stuff that landed kindly. But ultimately, they've made it through to the semi-finals. They will play at least two more games at this World Cup, be it the third place or the final included in that. But Belgium, I mean, it's all the scenes of despair for Brazil. Their fans are in tears. They thought this was their year. You know, this Neymar and all that. There's a lot of players here. This might be some of their last World Cups. You know, the likes of Thiago Silva, perhaps. We don't know. We don't know what position Brazil will be in for the next World Cup. But one thing is for sure, Belgium's golden generation, they are having a real good go, and they have a semi-final date with France in Russia. So, which one of those two will be playing in the final? I'd like to see what people predict with that. France versus Belgium. Who do you reckon is going to go through? As we're getting a lot of comments, absolutely anonymous, 100% deserved. Belgium's golden generation coming of age. I totally agree. That's how it's been done. Steve and Karen, perhaps a good chance to find, if I can find this on the telly, you can count me in during the weekend. Good to have you, Steve and Karen, then, for that one. But must remind you, tomorrow, big games. England-Sweden at 3 o'clock, covered by John. And then I will be covering the 7 o'clock kickoff between Russia and Croatia. And who will make up the other semi-final. You'll only be able to find that out here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. I'm going to hand you back over to John Stuttard now, who is going to round off the programme. But thank you all for listening. Hope you all enjoyed it. It was a cracking contest, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Until then, I'll see you there.
Thank you very much, Chris Whiteman. What a commentary. Fantastic performance by Belgium. Brazil are out. And go. They put up a great performance in the second half, but that 2-goal deficit at half-time was just not enough. Detective Chef says, see you. Thank you very much to Steve and Karen as well. Well, fantastic. I'm absolutely convinced. And the listening figures to the two games we've covered have been through the roof. Fantastic. Thank you to all. And just to remind you, the earlier game, we got over nearly 6,000 viewers and listeners, fantastic. This is probably going to top that tonight, and I hope the same will go for the other two quarterfinals we're going to cover, as Chris said. Join me in the commentary box tomorrow evening, or tomorrow afternoon rather, and Chris Wyman will be your presenter for England against Sweden. I'll be your big match commentator for that one. And then the roles reverse tomorrow night as Russia take on Croatia. Me presenting, Chris commentating, and absolutely superb. And, well, this is going to be brilliant. If you haven't subscribed and you haven't already, actually, before we go, let's hear from the winning manager, Roberto Martinez.
You have to accept that Brazil has got this finesse, that quality that they're going to break you down, and they didn't accept it. I didn't even think that for 1 minute they were going to give up, and this is something special. These boys deserve to be real special people back in Belgium. I hope that everyone in Belgium is very, very proud.
Congratulations with your tactical masterpiece. A double row of three in the center. Lukaku, who came from the right. You never did something like this before when you took all those decisions.
Yes, but tactically, I never lost a game in the tactics board. It's the execution of the tactics that it matters, and the execution was magnificent. Just when you say to someone that we're going to play in a certain way, as a player you need to be so brave to accept it. And these boys in 2 days, they changed the tactical disposition, the approach to it, and that's not down to tactics, that's just down to the desire and wanting to make it happen. I couldn't be prouder. From a coach, that's just what you're working towards, to have the opportunity to give something to a player and then execute it to perfection.
Roberto, there's a whole generation in Belgium, 35 years and younger, who never experienced something like this. This is so special.
It is, and we can't let them down. I think now we need to enjoy. This is beating Brazil in the World Cup in a knockout phase. Everyone needs to be, in a way or another, creating a nice memory back in Belgium, here in the stadium, and just treasure it and pass it down in the generations. And now we need more energy for the next game. So let's make sure that we all together and we all driving each other to be as good as we can against in the semi-final.
Well, wise words spoken by Martinez. What a guy! Everyone didn't expect all this. He was ousted at Everton after a poor season. He moved on to Belgium. There was a lot of eyebrows raised at that appointment. But my word, has he done better than Mark Wilmots 2 years ago? When Belgium last reached the quarter-final in the Euros, we saw Wales absolutely dump them out of the Euros. Burnley Sam Vokes with the goal, and I remember going absolutely over the top with the commentary because Vokes had scored, and I'll never regret that. I never regret doing that. But let's be fair, Brazil were just never in it. The first half was their outdoing. Of course, they pulled one back towards the end. They had chances, of course, to pull it back to 2-2. They didn't take their chances. Belgium hung on in there and have claimed a famous victory. And for the first time in 12 years, since 2006, there are no South American teams in the World Cup semi-finals. It's going to be all Europe. We've got one semi-final confirmed. We've got France against Belgium. That you'll hear with me. That you'll hear on the JB Clark YouTube channel, and the other semi-final, of course. But we still, that is to be decided tomorrow. Don't forget, 2:45 the time, UK time, for England against Sweden. What a match that promises to be. Join Chris Whiteman, who will be the presenter, and of course myself in the commentary box, and then the roles reverse. It's 6:45 tomorrow night as Russia, the hosts, look to reach the semi-finals as their own in their own country as they take on the mighty.
I just interject a moment? I just want to thank everyone for all their kind comments tonight. I've just looked at the comments section. It's been very nice to hear everyone's feedback, and I'm glad that you've all enjoyed it. So I really do appreciate the comments and the feedback. It really helps me to know I'm doing a good job and that you're all enjoying it. So thank you for that, all you wonderful viewers.
Yes, a very nice touch from you all towards our brilliant commentator Chris. He's been amazing. He's been our star, apart from myself. If you exclude myself from it, he's been our star player in the World Cup, and he's gone absolutely superb. And well, you listeners, you've been there. Yeah, we had 200 people listening to this at one stage, and it's been amazing. Today has been what we could have wished for. I'm so glad we've been able to bring you the first 2 quarterfinals, and of course the next 2 quarterfinals are going to be just as spectacular. England against Sweden, and of course Russia against the Croats, and both those games will be live. Join me and Chris Whiteman at 2:45 tomorrow afternoon for commentary of England, Sweden, and then at 6:45 tomorrow evening for Russia against Croatia. I'm very glad that you've all enjoyed it. You go and have a good, you guys now, you go and settle back and relax and have a good sleep, because you'll need it for tomorrow's action. I can assure you of that. Prepare yourselves for some heart-stopping moments with England. Can we reach the semi-finals tomorrow? We'll have to see about that. But as far as Brazil is concerned, their World Cup journey is over. They join Germany, they join Argentina, they join Uruguay, they join Spain, and all the other big teams out of the World Cup. Can England do it tomorrow and reach the semi-finals for the first time since 1990? You'll be able to hear it live on the JB Claret YouTube channel with me, and have an absolute superb evening. Chris Disney, thank you very much indeed. Mick Drain-Collini, thank you very much indeed. Our commentator Chris is texting it's coming home. Let's hope it's coming home by this time tomorrow. Join us at 2:45. But let's sleep first and then worry about it then. Have a lovely evening, and thank you very much for your listeners. And before I go, I'll finish with this. Radio 5 Live TalkSport, take note of us too. We're absolutely murdering you, and we're coming at you. For me, JB, and obviously Chris in the commentary box in Kazan tonight. Take care. We'll both hear from both of us tomorrow. Take care. Good night.